Why is my mouth not moving? Why is my mouth not moving? Oh, Lamal. Okay. Wait, that's really funny. That is really funny. Literally, the moment I have not had a single model issue all day so far. And then the moment that I actually start streaming, then it doesn't work. That's hilarious. It wouldn't be me without Scuff. Hello! Hiya! Give me a sec to fix that. Okay, now I should be able to unpause movement. Because I found a fix for the model disappearing. Don't have a fix for the mic not showing. I'll just give that a sec. Normally that just takes a sec. But good afternoon! Hello! Good morning! Good afternoon! Good evening! Hiya! Hi! I missed you guys. 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 Did you guys miss me? Did you guys miss me? Did you vote on my poll? Look, we unlocked polls now. Who the fuck said you hate me explode? Who said that? Who said that? Who hates me? Which one of you guys hates me? Don't mind these settings. Hang on. Why is the... Normally it just takes a sec for that to come back. I'll restart that. Oh, in the blink gone. Yeah. Bye. I miss my Ricky Gutchies. I miss you guys so much. Do you like the... I decided we'd hang out in the room today. Originally like got and used this room for the sake of the study streams, but I was like, fuck it. Why not? Why not? I got this room background. I might as well use it. Let's actually be in my room while we're catching up, because it's like, I'm home sweet home. Tadaima. I was actually, when I was first posting about everything today, I was gonna don't mind me changing settings. You guys are getting a little bit behind the scenes, huh? A little behind the scenes sneak into how everything works. I was gonna try and make some kind of pun on the word tadaima or something, but I couldn't get that to work. Why am I moving so slowly? I'm bouncing real slow. I'm not meant to bounce like that. This big ass thing on the screen. Let me disappear that for a sec. You guys are just not gonna see me for a little bit. Your pronouns here, are they them? They are in the description. I like to use mirror pronouns, which means you just call me whatever your pronouns are. So if your pronouns are she, her, then you can call me she, her. If your pronouns are they, them, you can call me they, them, etc, etc. I saw you 2 days ago, so I don't think the missing in question applies to me. Okay, but like, I'm awesome, and my presence is like really wonderful and amazing. So don't you miss me anyway? Like, don't you miss me a little bit anyway? You know? You know? Just a little bit? Just a little bit? Like, not even a little bit? Not even a little bit? Why is my... Okay, there we go. I'm trying to fix my bouncing. Because I do a little bounce when I speak, but for some reason the setting has been changed. And now I'm, like, bouncing way too much. There we go. Let's save that again really quick. Then I'll be back on screen in a second. But yeah, I was gonna try and say some sort of like tadaima thing, like tadaimu or something, but I was like, no, I think it'll just look like I don't know Japanese and it'll look really stupid. So instead, I think I posted and I was like, tadaima, I can't pronounce it when I'm saying it fast. Isn't it like rentré? Words that start and end in R's in French are really tricky. Because the R part is the part that I find trickiest. I really like French. I've said this before, that I was really good at it when I was in school. Also, I'm alive now. I was really good at it when I was in school, and then I kind of fell off because I forgot to practice it at all for ages. But like even back then, the issue is like for a lot of languages that require rolling your R's, which French doesn't necessarily most of the time. I can't do that. But then when French has like the R's that are like pronounced in your throat, like then it's really hard to do that for me without either overdoing it or underdoing it. Because if you underdo it, it just sounds like a regular R, and if you overdo it, it makes you sound stupid. But anyway. My street cat adopted. Has anybody unofficially adopted your street cat adopted your family? Oh my god! Hell yeah! Hell yeah! I love adopting street cats. I don't think I've ever like actually properly fully adopted one that we found on the street before personally, but I do like, you know, when there's just like a cat that roams around the street or is from somebody's house that just happens to like live with everyone in your neighborhood. In fact, my cats used to be like that a lot. My cat Kaz, I've talked about him briefly because I talked about him like whenever I'm talking about pets, or when we were playing Date with Death and I named the cat after Kaz, and it made me really sad because I missed him. But my cat Kaz, who I don't live with anymore because I left him with my mom, he used to be like that for our neighborhood because I used to live in like a really tiny little village close. Like there was like a maybe like 10 houses together all in this like, you know, this like little circle. That were all there, and my cat was an outdoor cat. He loved me very, very much and would sleep with me every night. However, he would go and do whatever the fuck he wanted during the day. I did not realize that sometimes, especially sometimes when he didn't come home at night, he'd just go and like hang out with our other neighbors or like break into their houses. Like one time I was sitting in our back garden, and at this time we had like a hot tub in the back garden. We're not rich, by the way, don't misunderstand. We had like a little inflatable hot tub that my mom got off Facebook Marketplace or something. But we were sitting there in this little hot tub that we had in the back garden, and I looked and I saw up on the roof of the house next to us, like they had one of those tiny little windows that you have in the top of the roofs, and this was like slanted upward. There was a little window for their attic, and I looked up and I was like, what the fuck is that thing up there? Is that the cat? Is that fucking Kaz? Is that Kaz? And then it was. I looked up at the roof and there was my cat. There was my cat climbing out of their attic window and then just came like slowly running down as if he wasn't running along a roof, a slanted, mossy, slippery roof. And then he like climbed down, jumped onto our fence and then was like, hey, what's good? What's good? Also, by the way, I think I've mentioned this before, but don't be surprised when the thing, like the little leaderboard thing that YouTube has, if the number 1 and 2 and 3 spots change all the time. That's how it works for YouTube. It's very inconsistent. They're trying to essentially do what you have on Twitch, where on Twitch you have like channel points and bits and stuff, where your engagement with the channel by watching over time and passively getting points, or by chatting and doing stuff, they all get you little points that you can use to redeem things, and it's like fun and silly. YouTube decided to add that, but without actually giving you the redeem part, so rather than the fun, you just get a number, but it's really kind of arbitrary, and the points that they give depending on your messages and stuff is really hard to tell. So it's a little bit tricky. Inconsistent. No, because they change very inconsistently, and the points that they give in any chat, because I watch it in a lot of other people's chats, it changes very weirdly and suddenly sometimes. But so don't be surprised if it is inconsistent, and also please don't take it too seriously. I would prefer if, by the way, because I think I do have the option to turn it off somewhere. I believe YouTube mentioned that recently, because I didn't like that they dropped it on you without an option to change anything about it. If you guys fight over it, I will remove it. I am keeping it there for now because it is a little silly, and I don't mind you guys being like, oh, hey, look, I'm number 1, that's fun. But don't beef over it. Remember that it's just YouTube adding random points depending on how many messages you send, okay? Play nicely. But anyway, look, I've got my face back. I can move my face again. I was being silly. That was me joking. Yeah, don't worry. I figured you guys were being silly, but I did see people talk about it before in a way that buzzed me a little bit. So I wanted to put out a notice ahead of time, you know? Nip it in the bud. The number 1 crown was more like wearing a paper Burger King crown. Yeah, it really does. It feels like, you know what it feels like? This is especially for any of you guys that are British. I don't know how much people who are American do this, but I assume they do. And I know a lot of people who don't celebrate Christmas don't do this. But like at Christmas, at least here, one of the traditions that you always do is you get Christmas crackers, the kind that you like pull apart together, where you and another person each hold aside and you pull them open. And then there's like always a shitty little joke in there, and maybe some kind of plastic toy or like a candy or something if you've got a fancy one. And then like a tiny little like plastic, well, not plastic, like little paper crown, like made out of like tissue paper that's in there. And whoever pulls it apart and gets the big end rather than just like just the little butt end of it, then they win. That's what these crowns feel like. Wearing one of those, or like wearing a bunch of them because you just happened to win it at pulling crackers at someone. I'm real life. How long is this stream gonna be? Because I gotta go out for a bit. This stream will probably not be too long. We're mostly just chatting and catching up. I don't plan on doing much big today. It's mostly just my way of saying, hi, I'm back, I missed you guys. And we'll talk about what I did during the week off, and we'll talk about what's coming during this very, very busy week coming up, and stuff like that. So we'll probably only be live for a few hours. It'll be one of the actually short ones for once. My Zatsus, when they're just Zatsus, do tend to be shorter. That's part of why I don't normally do just chatting streams, even though I can yap for centuries. I feel like I prefer yapping while doing something a lot of the time. and that normally ends up being longer. But yeah, today is just a short catch up, especially because I've got stuff to do. I got stuff to do later. I got some chores to do. I've got errands to run because we've got to clean and take some trash out. You know, taking a week off is kind of funny because it means that I come back to more stuff to do, both like online and offline. Because online here with you guys, as you can see by the schedule that I posted, we've got a busy week because I got catch up. I've got comms to catch up on that are a little bit overdue now that I've been resting. And some old stuff we've got to finish. I'm gonna try and finish the costume designs for Neri's redesign, and also for my VTuber daughter Mirage's second outfit this week, as well as some other comms that we started. I've got to try and finish the MS Paint commission of 𝘆cie for Finn, which I ended up doing mostly off stream, but I might show you guys sometime. Stuff like that. I've got a lot of things to finish and catch up on. But also offline, I've got things to do as well. Because I've been mostly resting during the off week because I was like really tired and pretty achy and everything, and also I was out for any time that I wasn't resting. What's my words? I went out for my niece's birthday, and then I had Hyper Japan, which I'll talk about in a minute. And stuff like that. So I didn't get to do much housework during the time off. Surprisingly enough, I did, in fact, genuinely end up actually resting for the week. I know, it's so sad. It's so sad. I was hoping to overwork myself. But I did end up actually resting. So that means I've got offline stuff to catch up on as well. Because we've got to do some cleaning today and take some trash out. I got some parcels to send and some parcels to pick up, stuff like that. They're getting a redesign? Yeah, it's something I've been doing for a while. I did a couple streams of it a little while ago, but it makes sense that you don't know if you didn't happen to catch those ones, because I'm pretty behind on it. I've been like delaying it and mostly doing it offline for a little while. But yes, Neri commissioned me to redesign him for a little while now, and then also once I've done that, I will be making him a new PNG tuber too, which I'll also probably stream the process of. He's a fancy little guy. I'll show some snippets of him if I can find it at some point. This is the first Monday stream that's not a game. Yeah, I know. Well, this is not the first Monday stream that's not a game. This is the second. Because remember, a while ago, there was a time that on Monday I did one of the, I don't think it was art and chatting, but it was art streams. I did an art stream where I just didn't know what I was going to do. It was the first one where we had a Clip Studio paint stream, where I just didn't decide what art I was going to do until the stream started. And we worked on Tinny, I believe, on that day. But I don't like doing Monday streams that are work like that, as I've said from that experience. I don't like the Monday streams to be working on things, whether it's studying or art or anything, because I feel like it feels nicer to start the week with fun. Otherwise you get the like, oh, I hate Mondays feeling of a new week. But I prefer it when we wrap up the week with something like MS Paint or something silly, or maybe working on something, but you know, something that's like work but also chill. And then our week starts with something that's like fun and exciting and fun and chilling and hanging out, so then it makes me feel more motivated to work through the rest of it. It's like we start and we're like, yay, new week, and then we get in the grind. Hi Ayoku! Hello! What was I gonna say before? Why are you exposing your hair? That's the only thing I'm exposing is people. It's probably my catcher has never exposed somebody. Okay. Hell yeah. Go off. There was something I meant to say before, but I forgot. Oh, right. Yes, I was gonna talk about the week that I had. Give me one sec. I need to, where did I put my water? Hang on. There we go, I found it. I've got water. Oh my gosh, I'm yapping so hard. You know, I think I said this before. First of all, I'm so glad to have my expressions back. You have no idea. I've been so bothered by my PNG not working in the past few streams where we've had to use my 𝘆cie, and so I've not been able to like use my different alternate expressions and stuff, or like change them while talking because of errors. But finally, I'm free of all of those errors. I love PNG Tube Remix. It does run into issues sometimes, but I love it very much. I am so happy. I'm so happy. Look, I can move my face. I can move my tail again. But yeah, I am yapping so hard, and I think I said this before, but I find it quite funny that like I sometimes feel like I reach fascinating levels of autism that I didn't believe were possible before. And it's kind of crazy, you know when you like get a diagnosis or like realize something about yourself, about like, you know, like a neurodivergency or like an illness, something like that, and it suddenly feels like so obvious in ways that you never would have noticed before. Like, you know how generally one of the common symptoms of autism is being bad at eye contact when you're talking to people, or just in general. I have that naturally. It happens a lot. I tend not to look at people while I'm talking to them. It's quite funny to me because a lot of my other friends are also neurodivergent, so we're generally doing the same thing, and if I'm just not looking at them at all while we talk, that's normal. But I do notice it sometimes when I'm talking to like neurotypical people who don't get it, and I have my own ways of like training myself to do it when I'm in interviews and stuff like that. But in regular conversation, I tend not to look people in the eye. I look everywhere else, but that's also fine because I'm always moving around. But I realized recently that even when I'm talking to people online, sometimes there's no eye contact to be had, but I still can't like make eye contact with the screen I'm talking to. Does that make sense? Like right now, I could be looking directly forward at like the chat on screen, and I am looking at chat over on my phone on my other screen whenever I want to read chat and stuff, and glancing at you guys in between my sentences. But I could be looking directly forward at the chat on screen and at myself, at myself. I'm right there. Look, hi me, hello. But I'm not. I'm looking. My mouth is in front of my mic, but I'm just looking off to the side at the display of my wall of my posters, and that's not even because they're interesting. They are. I put up a bunch of new stuff that I got at Hyper Japan, but I'm not looking that way. Like because I care about it. That's just the place that I'm distantly looking off to while I'm talking into my microphone. I get you. Eyes are just always darting around all over the place. Yeah, exactly. Like, it happens a lot with autism, but I feel like I do it even when I'm talking to people online. In fact, I've noticed sometimes, like, when it's talking into a mic like this and streaming, I feel like that almost makes sense in a way, right? Because it's like I'd be looking directly at myself, and that is a little awkward sometimes too. So it is still sort of like the eye contact thing. You sort of get the pseudo eye contact that's happening. But sometimes if I'm typing for a long time, like I see I have a really big message to type to some people, just like yapping in a server, I'll do that without looking. And I can type without looking anyway, just because I'm so chronically online, but like I'll sit there and type like a whole huge conversation without looking, not just because I'm like, yeah, like a super pro who's like focused on 10 million things and multitasking. No, just because I don't, just because it feels like eye contact, even though it's not. There's none there. Shy about eye contact. I'm not even shy about it, really. It's just uncomfortable. Like, I'm not shy. If I'm shy about eye contact, that'd be because I'm shy about the person in general. There are situations like that, but that would be, you'd have to hit on me for that, you know? Hi, Cora! Hello! But like, for eye contact in regular conversations, it's not that I'm even shy at all about it. It just feels yucky. It feels uncomfy. It doesn't hit right. Where's the stimulation chamber? I haven't seen it in months. The stimulation chamber? Oh, how I've missed it.
Open up. It's time for parkour.
You know, actually, I really want to upgrade the stimulation chamber one day. Like,
you know the deal.
Which sounds crazy to say, because it already looks like this. But I genuinely do want to at some point. One day, when I get shoots and stuff, I'm going to have like a billion effects going on here. I'm going to make it really neon and everything, definitely. I'm going to put music on here as well, because I think it's missing music. I feel like it needs to have music. I feel like it would have caramel dance or something going on. Maybe one day I'll finally like lock in and do a stream making music once I'm a little better at actually doing that and I actually get used to FL Studio more. Or I'll do one where I just force myself to sit and like listen to a tutorial properly with you guys and learn and practice in FL Studio some more. And whatever monstrosity we get out of that, I'll put it in the overstimulation chamber. How's that sound? Only time the eye contact thing happens with me is when it's a certain type of person. Yeah, I get that. That would be being shy about it, yeah. Although, to be fair, some people have the opposite as well. Even when it's like, you know, like due to autism and stuff like that. Some people, instead of struggling with eye contact, they actually struggle with doing too much eye contact, which I find interesting. And some people just, you know, don't get that issue at all. It varies a lot. But yeah, I struggle with eye contact. But it's like a thing I didn't notice before I was like told it about myself by looking it up, you know, because I was just like, I mean, yeah, it's normal to look everywhere. Looking directly at someone the whole time is like weird or it's boring, and I'm always looking for stimulation anyway. I'm always like dancing in the middle of conversations with people and stuff. I didn't know about the stimulation chamber until now. It's very neat. You are so lovely and nice, Ayoku. I appreciate you trying to compliment the
Let's go.
overstimulation
Open up.
chamber
It's time for
where I
parkour.
put everyone
Alright,
through
time for
hell
my
and you watch
mandatory
50 things
parkour
like an
challenge.
iPad baby and I have an entire
You're
like
late.
season
You
of
know the deal.
parkour
You can do the one
civilization
black
in.
jump for the raw chicken,
This
or you
is
can
the
attempt
full
one
episode,
black
by the
vertical
way.
jump for the
Like,
beat.
if I left
Here
you
in
guys here,
parkour
you can just
civilization,
watch
no
the whole
one chooses
episode
to
of
jump for
Parkour
the beat.
Civilization
It's better
Season
to be
1.
safe and do the one block jump for the
That's just here. I did download the whole thing. It's probably taking up so much space on my
Tomorrow,
PC.
you better
I
not
don't know
be
if
late,
I've
or
ever
you'll be
been
doing
on the
2 black
overstimulation
jumps and punches.
chamber
Yes, sir.
long enough that
Sorry,
you
I
guys
won't
have
be
been
late
able
next
to
time.
hear it
Down
all the way
here,
through.
us parkour
But it is
youths only
there,
get fed
just so
once a
that
day.
you can
1
think
piece
about
of
that.
raw chicken is just enough to get you to the next.
I'm just glad I haven't met anyone like that in a long time, so I'm safe. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's not a shyness thing, otherwise I'd easily be making eye contact. Yeah, it's definitely not shyness, because even when I'm really super excited to talk to someone, I won't be looking at their eyes most of the time. I do it, I know my ways to do it enough that I, like, don't bother somebody by looking entirely away from them most of the time, but especially, like, if I'm yapping for someone for ages, and if I'm really comfortable with them as well, then I just do not look at them. But most of my friends are used to it, because normally they're the same. Finn accidentally staring at me was the polar opposite of my head. Like, yeah, Finn does that. They do that. they have the eye contact-tism sometimes. But that's also because Finn has a tendency to just, like, stare without, like, thinking about what they're staring at and just, like sort of dissociate that way. Or when they have contacts in, stare because they forget to blink. Right, but yes, that reminds me, part of my main point. Let me tell you about my week off, because I have some photos to show you guys. I should show you guys what I've been up to. I spent the first 2 days of the week off playing Sims. There was this meme that went around a while ago, like a TikTok one. I should also let me join my call with myself so I can have my soundboard again. I keep forgetting to give myself my soundboard. There we go. But there was this meme that went around a while ago on TikTok that I remember. Oh, where is my... Is that the soundboard? It is. Anyway, yes, there was a meme that went around on TikTok a while ago, like ages ago, that I saw a lot of cosplayers doing, where it was like basically a person in cosplay. Say they have like brown curly hair because they're cosplaying some Twinkie looks like that, and they're like, oh wow, what a rough cosplay. Can't wait to get out of this wig that I spent ages styling. Can't wait to get the wig off. And then they pull the wig off, and then they basically have that exact same hairstyle naturally, but just not as a wig. And they're like, oh yeah, so much better. As like a sarcastic thing, where like, you know, the joke is that their wig was basically exactly the same. That's how I felt for the first couple days of my week off, and how I imagine it must have looked to anyone else, because it's like, oh yeah, wow, I've had a busy last couple weeks. You know, I've been doing so much art, and I did a 12-hour Sim stream. Wasn't that crazy? Because when I did the 12-hour stream, a few of my friends were like popping in or like messaging me, and they were like, oh, you're so close to 12 hours, Gyambare, like Faito, you can do it. And I was like, you don't understand. This isn't like endurance for me. I don't need to endure. I called it that because it makes it funny for everyone else, but this is me thriving, because the first thing I did that I was so excited for on my week off was I got up in the morning and I played Sims for 12 hours straight. 2 days in a row. That was my plan, and I had a great time, and it did help me rest, because well, I didn't sleep in because I don't normally sleep in, but I like laid in bed until I felt like it, and I had my breakfast when I felt like it, and then I got up and I updated my mods as like the last thing I did on the night before as well, on like the last day of the actual week, like on Sunday. And then Monday, I spent the whole day playing Sims with my forever save, and I was so happy. I was so in my own element again. I've missed playing on my forever save. I love playing Sims with you guys on stream, which is why I'm excited to do it tomorrow, because we will be returning to Sims tomorrow, since I'm not doing it today, when Monday is normally our gamer day. But like, I love my forever save so much with all of my little Sims family. I've missed them. It's so nice. But I always have to like stop myself playing Sims for certain periods of time. Whenever I'm busy, whenever I have a bunch of stuff to do, I have to ban myself from Sims, which is why I actually have a separate account on Twitter and TikTok for Sims. And I normally don't engage with much Sims stuff on my mains on either of those things, so that it doesn't distract me. I posted about it on the community post recently, that if any of you guys do want to see anything of my forever save, of basically anything of my Sims that isn't the ones we play on stream, then you can check my account on Twitter, which is called Magic Moodlet, which is where I basically just archive all my little photos for myself, because I like taking pretty photos of my Sims and updating on their lives so that I can look back through it later. But yeah, like, I have separate accounts and stuff for that, so that A, I can post all my Sim stuff there freely without bothering anyone with just Sim spam on my where they're looking for my art, and B, whenever I need to log in, I log out of them. And then I refuse to let myself think about Sims for more than like 10 minutes for like a month. I miss playing Sims 4, but I understand the addiction to it. Yeah, you get it, you get it. But I hadn't been able to for a while because I'd been busy, or I'd been in that mode where I'm stopping myself, or I'd been like that for so long that I needed to sit down and update all my mods and everything to play on my normal save. But I got the time to recently, so that made me very happy on my week off. And that's thanks to you guys as well. Because if I hadn't found the chance to play Sims for stream, then I wouldn't have been able to get myself back into the brain for it. I wouldn't have been so excited, and I wouldn't have had the motivation to then go and update all my stuff again. So thank you, Rakigachis, for making me have a happy week off as well. What was oh, Taro's here. Hi, Taro. Hello, bonjour. Personally, I listen with my ears, not my eyes. Maybe just me though, sarcasm. No, yeah, see, you get it. Like, I don't need to look at somebody to listen to them talking. I don't need to look at them to talk to them either. They can hear the stuff coming out of my mouth. Like, it is bothersome when someone's looking directly, like, entirely away from you while they talk and you can't hear them. Like, say you're both facing forward, like I don't know, maybe watching something, and they talk while facing entirely that way, and you're like, dude, I can't hear you. You're not at my ear. But, like, I do face people enough to like talk to them and to hear them. I just don't need my eyes on them. I don't need my eyes on them. I can look at the wall instead. I've got 10 billion silly little guys on my wall. You think I'm not gonna look at them while I'm having a conversation? Come on. I'm terrified of the idea of meeting someone like that. Kind of power should be in no one's hand. Oh, well, with the too much eye contact power. Sit down, relax, and enjoy a healthy dose of prolonged eye contact. 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 Prolonged contact. Prolonged eye contact. But yes, yeah, I spent the first couple days just playing Sims for 12 hours, and that made me very happy, and that was very, very nice. And then it was time to be busy. I was busy for all the rest of it, because actually I also had like a really annoying coincidence that I happened to get a shit ton of dimension lag when the week started, like, which makes sense. When I'm suddenly logging out of being jumping through a million dimensions from the grind that we had before the week ended to then just like going back into reality for the week off, it tends to come with lag. So like I had my couple days of just playing Sims. And just like using that as well as my way of like making sure that I rested and ate and stuff, because every time I get like thirsty I'd take a break from Sims, go drink a bunch of water. I was just resting and relaxing. And then I had my niece's birthday, which was pretty fun. She had a really cool cake. I might have a video of that. I wonder if I can find a video, because it came with like huge sparklers in it, but they set the fire alarms off, and we also had like 3 dogs in the room at the time, so it was a little bit silly. And then I was supposed to go out with Neri, with our little household, but then the dimension lag got too bad and I couldn't take going into fucking London. London is the worst dimension. London is the worst dimension. Do not go there. That's probably why the dimension lag was acting up. I knew I didn't want to fucking go there again. Worst dimension. I hate traveling through fucking tubes instead of wormholes. It sucks. Don't go there. When Hololive English sing about breaking dimensions, written by the incredible Steph Unicorn Socks 13, that's the dimension they should break. Break that one. Get rid of it. Anyway. And then I believe I spent Friday, I spent like the entire day watching Uma Musume with Neri, because I have been so moon-pilled. You already know that, but I've already watched all 3 seasons of the main anime of Uma Musume. I just have like the other stuff to watch. I have Cinderella Grey and Road to the Top and Beginning of New Year, so like their movies and release recent new anime and stuff. But Neri's been catching up, so we watched all of season 2, and he cried, and we crowed, and we both cried. Oh, I actually want to visit London someday. Don't worry. Don't actually take my word as gospel. Honestly, if you want to visit London, if you're foreign, go for it. It is cool if you're a foreigner, and there is a lot of genuine, like, cool history and everything to be seen in London. There is, like, cool architecture, there's cool old buildings, you can see Big Ben, you can see all kinds of stuff, and there's, like, you know, whenever you're traveling to a new place, if you're going there for the sake of, like, actual tourism and learning about the place, then going to one of the capital cities is, like, you know, the best way to learn that. You get to really dive headfirst into the culture and see everything, like, all mixed up. And London, of all places, is great for that as well, because it is the most multicultural part of England. A lot of further out places are like just full of white people. Like even the places I live are so just full of white people. But London is really a big mix of culture and everything, and it is very interesting. However, me personally, fuck that place. It's kind of like how I think New York City is really awesome and is hyped up a lot in like movies and songs and media and stuff. And a lot of people who've never been to America, especially when they're younger, will think, oh yeah, I'd want to go to New York City one day, or like go there and see all these cool sights, right? But a lot of American people do not think that highly of it, you know? They think of it and they think busyness and traffic and trash, or they live there and they're like, oh my god, yeah, rent sucks here and I hate it. Or like how Paris is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place, and there's lots of so much cool culture in France. And like you want to go see the Eiffel Tower and enjoy all this pretty culture. However, a lot of French people or people who visit there will say, no, actually that place is just really stinky. It's just really smelly. You're like a... I've been to York before. Well, there's Yorks and we have a few of those. That's not the one I meant. But yeah, like so your view on a city, especially the capital city of any country, will always change depending on whether you're a foreigner or a person who lives there. But I do genuinely encourage you go there if you want to go and visit. It is a cool place and there's lots of stuff to do, and there's lots of like cool, like, you know, culture and history to see. However, me personally, as somebody who has no need to do the tourism because I live here, I do not like London. Because I just don't like being in super dense cities. I like cities for the sake of seeing cool stuff and having cool stuff to do. I was raised when I was younger mostly in a really like middle of nowhere village, so being in cities that actually have things going on and actually like can pertain to my interests is very cool. And I like that because, you know, I like a lot of silly things. I like things that are loud and busy and colorful and awesome, so like cities are good for that. Because when I was in like the village I was raised in, it had 3 churches and like not a single place designed for entertainment. 3 churches, mind you, when it's like a 10-minute walk, maybe like 20, from the train station, which is like the top of the town. Like there's not really much of that village further than that, all the way down to my school, which is basically the end of it. Going from the train station to the school is basically like the full stretch of the village for anything that is like not just residential. Anything further than that is just houses, just residential areas, maybe like a park, and it's just residential stuff, and then like going further out into some other villages and into the middle of nowhere. So like a 20-minute stretch for basically seeing everything in the town. There were 3 churches there and not one place designed for entertainment. The place that most like teenage people went, that was most like swarmed by teenagers after they left school, was a Sainsbury's, which, if you don't know what that is a chain grocery store. And mind you, it was a Sainsbury's local or whatever it's called, which is like the mini version because you didn't have space for a big one. That was the one place the teenagers go because they didn't know anywhere else to go, so they just go there and nick shit. And they had to have like guards to track the amount of like to limit the amount of kids going in at a time after school, because where the fuck else would they go? So I was raised in a place like that, so I do like cities for the fact that like they're much more stimulating and have more stuff that I can do. You know, I can go to like in bigger towns and cities, I can actually go and find like the weeb stuff. I can go and find cool music and find cool art and stuff like that, and cool fashion and everything. However, also because I was raised in a village, I don't like really big cities, which is why I don't like London. I don't like when it's too dense. I feel like the whole place just ends up in long term making me feel polluted and stinky and sweaty and overstimulated. Like there's so many people, everything's so crowded, there's cars everywhere, the air is always hot because it's always full of like car. Whereas like I used to, when I was younger, I really relish the feeling of like going to a city in order to do something, like say go to a big event or go to a convention, and then coming home and stepping off the train and suddenly feeling the air hit you and being like, oh my god, the air is cold again, and I can like hear myself think. There's actually no noises until I start speaking here, and I can smell grass. I like that. I like living somewhere a bit more quiet. Nowadays, I'm sort of in between, and that's where I'm most comfortable. I'm in a place where like there are quieter parts of it. It is still a city compared to where I used to live, though, but it's not London. It's like a sort of middle ground, and I like that because I can actually, it takes me like, you know, 5 minutes to go and find interesting stuff to do or like stores to go to, but also I don't feel like I need to get a tube to go everywhere. The tube, by the way, is the underground. If I didn't mention that, if anybody is isn't used to that term. I don't need to, like, you know, go on the subway everywhere and stuff like that. So it's not as overwhelming for me. So I like that in between. Therefore, I don't like London. I hate the underground. I hate the underground so bad. I hate the underground so bad. I am the biggest Subway hater. Not at the restaurant. I like Subway, the restaurant. Except they never put enough fucking guacamole in the sub that I get lately. So I always have to ask for extra guacamole, and even then they only put like a normal amount and it sucks. But I hate the Subways in the underground. But yeah, go to London if you want to. My dad was exposed today at the start of an episode in the season 3 opening when looking at something insane with absolutely no context to what it was. What did he think of the horse girls? He should cheer for Kita-san Black. Kita-san Black is my goat. Along with 𝘆cie𝗿𝗿 and Haru Urara and Twin Turbo and Pico Pegasus and like 50 others, but I love Kita-san Black. I think you'll like Saturn no Diamond though, Serena. I mean, kind of in the same way that you'll obviously like McQueen, Mejiro McQueen more than 𝘆cie𝗿𝗿 at first glance, because, you know, she's like the prettier Josama one. But Saturn no Diamond has a really interesting story. I really like her. She has a really cool contrast with Kita-san, but I won't tell you any of that yet. I've meaning to go to Brighton when I next visit America. Oh, you should! Tara, if you go to Brighton, I will come and visit you. Genuinely. I don't live in Brighton or anything, and obviously I'm not about to dox myself, but I like Brighton. I've been there before. And I used to live like around that area. So you know, that's not doxing myself because I'm not there anymore. But I used to live around there, and I like Brighton. Brighton is a much better middle ground, because Brighton is another city, and it is still a tourist city, but it's like, how do I put it? It's often a little bit more tourist for other people in the UK or from other parts of Europe, rather than people who are like fully like really far foreign, because they go to London to go do like historical sightseeing. But people who are just like going on like a summer trip from other parts of Europe where the UK is less of a like a less novelty, and people who are from the rest of the world, then they might go to Brighton. Because it's a seaside town, it's very full of stuff to do, but it's very known for being gay. Like, it is the gayest town. There's, like, huge pride parades there, and just, like, so many people there. Everyone is gay. It's got a lot of, like, really artsy streets and stuff, and, like, lanes that are just full of, like, thrift stores, and, like, different, like, alternative fashion and stuff, and, like, music clubs and everything. It is very cool. I like Brighton. There are parts of it that are very normal, but it also has a lot of fun stuff, so I really like Brighton. It's very Emmy-coded. That was, like, one city that I did like. So I used to go there all the time when I wanted to do anything that wasn't go to church in my old village. I get that. I grew up mostly in small towns and suburbs throughout my life. Yeah, so you know what I mean. Yeah, you get what I'm saying then. It's like, it's not that London is bad for anyone foreign, it's just that I don't like being there as a person who already lives in the UK. I don't think I even realized it was Horse Girls. It was sub and he wasn't looking at the screen most of the time. I mean, that is fair. When I first heard about Uma Musume, I'm gonna be honest, crazy bomb to drop as somebody who's so very Uma-pilled now and recommends it to literally everyone about how peak it is. When I first heard little bits about Uma Musume in passing, like a few years ago, I did not think much of it. And I did not like the sound of it. When I first heard about it ages ago, I really couldn't get behind their designs. Granted, I was only seeing very few of them. I was only seeing like the first few like poster kits, so I was pretty much just seeing like Special Week and like Tail and stuff, and I love those designs now. But when I saw them back then, so with no information on it and without knowing that it was actually focused on the racing part and was like you know, based on real horses and stuff like that, it just kind of seemed like a we can make anything into an anime girl moe thing, except they were horses, and I was like, why horse though? Like, why horse of all things? Especially when they seem so barely horse at first, you know, if you know nothing about them, because I was like, they've just got these little ears that look kind of weird, and oh, I guess they've got tails. I didn't even realize they had tails. I was like, what's the point of making them horse girls then? Like, why aren't they like centaurs or something? And I thought a lot of their designs were kind of plain, but again, that's because they're based on real horses, so a lot of them at first are going off of their regular coat colors. So like, I didn't get it. But then again, at that time, like I said, I was only hearing about it briefly in passing. Like, I'd hear people discussing it a little bit or see posts about it occasionally, and that's just because I was, you know, I'm in so many idol media fandoms, and Uma Musume is like idol adjacent. It's not entirely an idol thing, because the idol thing is just like a little bonus side part of it. It is primarily a sports anime. And franchise, just like with the idol thing also. So like, it just seemed like an idol thing, except not quite, and so I didn't get the appeal of it, and I didn't look into it enough to actually get the appeal of it. And then I finally tried one day, and I was like, oh my god, this is peak, and I love every character. But it is so good. But I get how, like, if you don't know anything and you're a normal person, then it is very confusing to see at first glance. I live on the north coast of France. It wouldn't be too far for me, but that sounds lovely. Yay! Let's go! Tarot trip, tarot trip, tarot trip! Yippee, 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 yippee! BRB, bye-bye, Crimson. Oh my god! I kept saying that I was going to talk about my week off, and then I keep getting distracted, don't I? I mean, I guess this is the point of a Zatsu. It's kind of fun. Honestly, like, even though I can talk a billion, I used to think that I wouldn't be able to do Zatsus very well, because I thought that, like, the fact that I can't stay on topic would be a problem, and I wouldn't be able to, like, actually get through, you know, a sentence in any way that is coherent to listen to, or that I just wouldn't have anything to talk about, which sounds crazy, I know, because I talk so much. But I thought, like, oh my gosh, oh, my throat. But I thought, like, how to put it? Like, I thought without doing something, I would not know what to start saying, and therefore I wouldn't be able to get a start in saying something to then ramble about, you know? Like, I wouldn't have any topics left because I would have talked them all out during regular streams. It's like how sometimes during art things, or like while I'm, like, you know, gaming or drawing and stuff, I have a lot to say, but occasionally there'll be times where there's, like, a little lull, or, like, I've gotten most of the things I want to say out of my brain, and I need to wait for, like, chat to bounce back and forth off of, you know? Like, streaming is a two-way thing. You engage with their chat, and then you find things to say off of talking to them. Which is why it's often hard for a lot of new streamers to get their start, because they don't know how to carry a conversation when it's so one-sided before they have people who want to interact with them. So I was worried that doing Zatsus, I wouldn't have, like, a huge thing to start saying initially, so then I wouldn't know where to go. And I'd just be like, so, what's the deal with convention food? You know? But no, never mind. It turns out that I can say 10 million things. I should have had faith in myself, because I know I'm the biggest fucking yapper in the world. I just need to have... I don't, like, do them for no reason, but I just kind of need to have, like, one main thing overall that I plan to talk about, and then leave it for a little bit, and then I can ramble with you guys for ages, and I hope it's fun to listen to. I hope it's fun. Tangents are fun to get into. Yeah, exactly. I like listening to people go on tangents myself, so I imagine it's kind of chill. I like Zatsus as well, because, like, I don't often watch that many Zatsus from streamers I like. I tend to watch them more when they're doing something that I'm interested in. Sorry, I keep having to clear my throat. It's being really weird. But, like, I like listening to them in the morning, if that makes sense. I like if they're starting in the morning. Like, Vox Akuma of Niji Sanjian's Fourth Wave Luxim, one of my 𝘆cies, he normally streams around the same time that I do, but normally a little earlier, like 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. UK time is normally when he starts. So if he's doing Zatsus, it's while I'm, like, starting my day, or, like, locking in, or having my lunch and stuff, getting ready to actually do work, you know? And I find that nice. Or for some other people that I watch, like 𝘆cie𝗂𝗿, Zilgin Joka, I tend to watch their Zeal's Animal Crossing streams, or 𝘆cie's Zatsus and stuff, like when I'm either going to bed or waking up first thing in the morning, because it's nice to just listen to someone chat, you know? It's comfy. It's like you're just hanging out with them, and it's sometimes a good background noise where you start with your day, because you're not focusing on anything too much, like a game or anything, but you just get to have a friend to hang out with. So I like that for Zatsus myself. But I think it's nice not doing them too much at the moment, the way that I currently do it, because then it gives me more to talk about. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like if I did them constantly, I would end up with a lot of situations where it's like, well, I want to do something else, actually. I don't want to just sit and talk. Which is fine. That's why I schedule other streams. But then when we, like, give it a while, then it means that I've got a billion things in my brain that I've been waiting to say, because I always have something to say. So then they're, like, bouncing in my brain, and it's like I've got to wait until that, like, till, like, they fill up. I gotta leave it on cooldown for a bit. And then the cooldown's meter's done, and then we get a Zatsu, and then I can ramble for 5 hours straight. But yeah. So, the week off. Continuing that. But yeah, I meant to show you guys some of the photos that I got from Hyper Japan, because that was really cool and awesome. So yeah, that's what I did on Saturday. I went to Hyper Japan, which is a convention in the UK. It is obviously by the name, like an anime focused con and stuff. We have a few cons in the UK, but there aren't actually that many, especially compared to places like America. Even though a lot of people, like, assume they're kind of similar in that regard, the UK is very small. It is very, very, very small compared to the USA. And we only started getting, like, how do I put it? Weeb stuff and nerdy stuff in general only started getting more mainstream within recent years. So for a while, like I remember a time when there was pretty much one big con that you could go to, which was MCM in London, and pretty much nothing else. Anything else you went to, you'd have to hear about it very personally through word of mouth because it'd be pretty small. But Hyper Japan is like arguably, I'd say like the second biggest one that I go to at the moment, because MCM is like huge. Like it is a gigantic con, especially because it's a Comic-Con, not just specifically an anime focused one. And so everybody goes there, and it is in a giant place up in London, and it is very overcrowded still. Hyper Japan is the biggest one for like weeb culture. I always feel a little weird if I say Japanese culture, because I'm like, well, no, a lot of this is just people selling anime merch. It feels a little too weeby to say to say Japanese culture, even though they do celebrate a bunch of traditional Japanese culture too. But it is the biggest weeb one. So it is the second biggest one that I go to, and I only go to it occasionally if there's something I'm particularly interested in. But this was the first time in a while that I've gone, because there were a few acts that I wanted to see. There was Meowgical Rosie, who's an idol that I absolutely love, a Kaigai idol from Scotland who performs, is it Scotland that I'm thinking of? Am I correct in saying that? Hang on, my brain's lagging. Because I'm thinking about Made in Scotland, because I'm looking at my wall that has them on, and I was like, wait, is Rosie from Scotland too, or is she just from is she just northern in the UK? My brain is completely lagging because I mixed up the two while I was looking at my Made in Scotland things. Well, either way, Rosie, yes, it's Scotland. Okay. Yeah, Rosie is an idol from Scotland who's a really cute magical girl who's powered from Starlight Kitten Power, and I love her. She's super duper cute, and I highly recommend people check her out. She has a lot of great music. Serena's written a song for her as well, which is amazing, called Everything Is Meowgical, and she's so cute. And I've wanted to see her for ages, but most of the cons she goes to and performs at, and the places she performs are either, you know, in Scotland or in the northern parts of the UK. But she went to Hyper Japan, and so we got to see her. Yippee! That was the whole reason that I went. That Neri and Serena and I went so that we could go see Rosie, and we got to, and it was awesome, and I got to cheer for her, and that was great. But also it happened that there was an Uma Musume idol, like a dance cover group there, which were really amazing. I did not expect that. We only found out about them a few days before, and it was so awesome to see them. I love seeing Uma cosplayers live for the first time, being able to cheer for them now that I'm like actually into this franchise and everything. And also Press X, who did a really fascinatingly scuffed set. I've talked about Press X before when I was talking about Hyper Japan as well. They are an anime cover and also original band that do like rock. They do a lot of really cool rock music. They do rock covers of anime openings and songs and stuff, but also make their own original music based around games and things like that. Like Dr. Mobius, the frontman, so he's generally the vocalist and often guitar player, even though he has like 10 billion fucking instruments. And kind of a friend of mine, he's written like original songs about like Legend of Zelda and Mario and stuff as well that they also performed. They're really, really super cool, and I love seeing them live. But I didn't know they were going either. I'm gonna go see them too. Hi, Fish. Hello again. I've heard MC in London before from cosplayers. I know. Yeah. It's like the big con in the UK because there is no other one that's that big. Whereas like in USA, there's like a handful of cons that are like the huge ones that I always hear about everyone going to from like every single cosplayer that I know in the US. There's like, you know, like a few that they all go to throughout the year. MCM is the one. That's the only one of that scale that you hear everybody talk about, and it happens twice a year. But for every other one, you just go there generally if you're local, really. But I like local cons as well because I prefer them smaller sometimes because I feel it's a lot more peaceful and a lot more comfortable. MCM I very, very rarely go to unless there's something I especially want to see because it is so overwhelmingly large. Like, it is a huge con compared to any other one in the UK, but it's still overcramped. You feel like a sardine when you're walking through the halls, and that is not a nice experience, especially if you go with a group. I actually find that last time I went solo because I was going just to see Press X by myself a few years back. And actually, I found that it's better solo than with friends. Even though most cons I enjoy better with friends, and I like going there, especially because we live together. But I preferred MCM alone because it's so overwhelming that at least when you're by yourself, you only have to worry about yourself. But yeah, I think it sucks. but it's kind of the same way that I don't like London in general, though. However, anyway, Hyper Japan was cool. Look, this is all the stuff I got. I meant to actually make a little graphic that I could show all my photos from the trip from, but I'll just put them on me for now. But these are the items that I got while I was at Hyper Japan. This is my little haul. I've been meaning to post this on my Instagram story. I will once I put little like names on everything, because I collect all the business cards from the artists that I buy from mostly whenever I go to cons, and also business cards from any ones that I like in general, so that I can follow them later. But I haven't actually placed all of these items back to their artists yet, and I want to be able to tag them when I post it. But here's a bunch of stuff that I got. It's so cool. I love going to cons, getting merch. I was so surprised to find new carnival merch there from a stall that was selling just a bunch of yaoi, actually. So I got my boys. I got my beautiful boy wife. There he is, and there he is, and there he is again. And the pretty little Aiden that's getting married. I found these really cute K-pop Demon Hunters photo cards by an artist. They're actually like holographic as well. They're so pretty. I've got them on my wall at the moment. They originally came with like custom top loaders on them as well, but they were out of them when I got them. This very cute Momo from the same yaoi stand, and Neri got a matching Yuki from _7, this little figurine. He is on my shelf now. This teeny tiny Cyndaquil. Look at him. He is like smaller than my thumb, and he's handmade. This artist draws like a bunch of Pokemon and only gives them, all of them, every single thing they draw, that little face. But like they like hand make each one, so every single one is one of a kind, and I got that as a gift for homo. I got this cool Poppy Playtime stuff, which actually Neri got. Neri got most of it. We got it together. He has a matching Dog Day for this big poster, and then like for these 6 little ones that we have, they had a huge set of like every single character for like £3. And so we split them in half. Oh, I just moved myself. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh no, I lost the image. I locked the wrong thing. Where is it? Where is it? There we go. And then I got this really cool little poster, this print of Doppio Drop Scythe of Niji Sanji's 8th Wave XLA. I love, wait no, 8th? 7th Wave XLA. I love saying that every single time I mention a corporate VTuber. I don't know why it's so funny to me. And cute little stickers of Haru my horse daughter, and Vantacore, bringer of Niji Sanji's 8th Wave Crisis. I got 3 of these and 3 of the Uraras just because both times I went to the stalls that had stickers. For the ones of Vanta, they had like a bunch of really cool VTuber stuff there, and I was really torn about it actually. There's a few holo issues of mine that I was considering getting and a bunch of stuff, but I also really like the Vanta ones, and Neri was like, okay, well you could just get 3 Vantas, and I was like, well yeah, but like there's also like there's Fuomoko and there's like Narissa and stuff, but it's like yeah, but like the Vantas are really silly. I was like, they are really silly though, because I was really torn about the others, because if I wanted any of my other Roshis, I'd want like many of them, so getting one kind of felt more fair somehow. And then the seller at the con was like, yeah, well yeah, you can never have enough Vanta, and I was like, true, yeah, I'll get 3 Vanta, and they were like, oh my god, I can't believe that actually worked. I didn't expect that to work. And the Uraras are really cute as well. She's so pixelated and cute. This person had a bunch of Umas and it made me very happy. I was very happy every single time I saw an Uma artist there. And also this really cool Wonderland's Showtime print, which is now above my bed. It's next to my Paida print that I have, because I rearranged a bunch of stuff in my room. Maybe I'll show you guys a photo of that too, but I'll have to make sure it doesn't have a mirror in it. Okay. Let me move this image out of the way. But yeah, so that's my little haul that I got from the con. What did you say, Orifish? What are you speaking about? I'm very simple-minded and bad at listening. I'm most like an undiagnosed dyslexic. So much stuff. Oh, sorry. I speak very fast and about a lot of things, so I apologize if that's difficult. At the moment, we're talking about a convention that I went to on Saturday. Because last week, I had the whole week off to go, like, rest and also go on some trips and stuff. Because I had a busy week crammed with, like, going to, like, events and stuff, to, like, to conventions and to, like, a family birthday and stuff like that. But also, I needed a rest, so I took the week off. But now we're back, so I'm talking about my week. Even Hyper Japan on Saturday was overwhelming at times. Yeah, exactly. Hyper Japan is also overwhelming, and that one is well, 2 rooms is really underselling it. But like, even though that one is like, you know, 2 big spaces that you can generally get a grasp of after going around a little while, that is still like, you know, kind of overwhelming. MCM is terrifying. What other photos do I have to show? Because I think I have more. I didn't actually get a full photo of my outfit yesterday. No, on Saturday. And that made me really sad. Because I took some selfies before I went out. Like while I was still getting ready and all of my decor stuff. I took some selfies when I was like getting ready that I was sending to my friends, because I was putting in contacts and were full slashes for the first time ever, actually, if you can believe it, because I feel like I seem like someone who'd wear those a lot, but it was my first time. I actually only started wearing makeup like this year. I think it was like the very end of last year, so I've only been doing it for a few months, because even though that means it's been like at least like half a year total, I don't go outside that often. And much less often do I go outside in a situation where I want to put on a full face of makeup. So I've not been doing it that long, but I really like wearing a lot of it when I do go out now for fun. But yeah, Saturday was actually my first time wearing like false eyelashes and contacts and everything. Very strange experience. I did not realize how odd it feels in your eyes. Like I knew that because I knew contacts would feel strange in your eyes. And like you get used to it and it's fine, but it's like having contacts and false lashes on for the first time ever. It's very, you know, the feeling when there's like a lash in your eye and you can't quite find it, or just like something in your eye, not enough for it to hurt. It did hurt a little bit at first. Not enough for it to hurt, but just for you to notice, and you keep like blinking every now and then or like squinting a little bit. It just felt like that for like the whole day. It's very strange to get used to, but it looked cool, so it was fun. But anyway, I didn't get a full photo of my outfit, and that made me sad because it was really fun. Because I got some photos when I was almost ready, but then I actually realized partway through that I forgot to put my stickers on my face after I did everything else. So I put those on while I was on the train, and I never got like a full photo of everything all set up and like with my ether bags and stuff while I was there. But I do have some photos with other people, and I do have a photo of the pile afterwards, because I think wearing Decora is so fun and everything, and it's so great, but it really does leave you with a fucking mess after. And I think it's really funny when I get back from con to look at the pile of me like shedding my skin, like to look at this and be like, yeah, that was all on me. You can't even see how much stuff there is here as well, because there's like over here in the middle, there's like I don't know, how many bracelets was I wearing? There's like 2 of this one, like probably like 10 bracelets total if you're including the scrunchies that I was wearing. I was wearing 3 different necklaces, a few of which I made myself with candy stuff. Here's some of the pins that were on me. I think there was about double this amount basically on my shirt total. All of these stickers that are on that sticker sheet from Claire's, those are on my face. You're seeing about half of the bows over here. I had a lot of bows and clips on my hair, especially because half of them were actually pinned to these things. I had these big ears on top, and I also had this W drop side sleep mask on my head that I put bows on him as well. Some of those bows went on this that little pink and yellow thing next to the Fanta bottle there is actually a little coin pouch of Cure Wonderful from Wonderful Precure that I wear as an accessory just like around my waist, and I put bows on her. There was another pouch that I had there. Over in this corner, this gray thing is a Doppio Drops like Ita bag that I had, so that was like, you know, full of pins and stuff. It had plushies, like multiple plushies in either pockets and charms hanging from it. Here's some of my makeup, some of the stuff I was carrying, a few more of my pins, my light sticks, because I had 2 bags. I had an Ita backpack on my back, obviously. I had an Ita bag that is a backpack on my back. That was my Doppio Drop Scythe custom Ita bag. Like, it's a whole like a custom Doppio themed bag that looks like an arcade machine, like a crane game, and it's really cool. All full of Doppio pins and then decorated with other VTubers and stuff on the sides. And then also up here, this teal thing that vaguely is Miku colored, that is Miku. It's an Ita bag. If you've ever seen one of those Ita bags that like how do I put it? It looks like a guy going like with all of the pins in their mouth. That it's one of those with Miku, and I have one of those, but I specifically keep a bunch of Wonderland's like Showtime pins in it. That is my Poly Show Ita bag. I have a bunch of pins that is all of Wonderland Showtime, like all in little pairs, like kissing and hugging and stuff, because I like them as a really cute polycule. So I had that, and that was also covered in a bunch of like charms and pins and stuff, like dangling off the side, and a bunch of lights and accessories, and then it was storing my light sticks inside of it. And then you haven't even seen the full outfit, because this green and pink thing under the ears over here, that's 2 different scarves that I turned into a half skirt. There's my shirt up there, my Pida shirt. Here's my tights that were 2 different colors. I think my shorts are over here. These cow print bags are where I actually store my accessories, my makeup and stuff. So I wear a lot of items. So it really is like shedding my skin when I get home. I think it's part of the fun of Decora. It's really fun to get ready into Decora, much less fun to get it off after. But it is fun when you think about how silly it is to remove all of these items, you know? God damn, there's a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. But it kind of makes me proud, you know? That's part of another reason why Decora is really fun. It's like a really proud feeling to have all these items and put them on yourself. Because it's not like I have them all because I'm rich. Certainly not. I am not rich at all. Believe me, I wish I was. but like I got all this stuff just by years and years of collecting, so it's a really nice feeling to show off all of your items, because they're just all there out of passion, not because I have $1 billion of money, just because I'm so passionate. A lot of it is stuff that I've had for like ages. I wear a lot of stuff that's like, a lot of my accessories are from kids stores actually, which is why they're cheap. I get a lot of my stuff from Claire's, or I have things that are like gifts that I'm wearing. I wear almost all, like every single pin and charm that I get of like a VTuber or an anime girl, anything like that. All kinds of merch that I have, I find a way to wear them. I used to take my Monster High dolls out with me as an accessory, just in like a clear bag, but I don't have one that works for that as well now. Stuff like that. And like all of my other accessories, it's like layering stuff that I found or just happened to have or even made. All those bracelets that you saw me wearing, a lot of them were just scrunchies, well, that I said that I wore. A lot of them were scrunchies, but a lot of them were candy that I made myself. I've actually been meaning to do a stream for that for a while. Oh, I need to sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh no, it's not coming. I hate when that happens. I hate when that happens so bad. When you need to sneeze and it doesn't happen. I hate that worse than when I do a giant dad sneeze. Anyway. Yeah, I've been meaning to do a stream for that for a while, where I make candy bracelets and stuff, maybe like for my friends or for chat and stuff like that. But anyway, a lot of like bracelets and necklaces that I made myself and things, and like I said, I had like a half skirt that was actually just 2 scarves that I got for £1 in a charity shop. It's nice to show all of your stuff all together and just like be covered in things and things that you love and things that you found and gathered and everything, and like tells a whole story about yourself, and it's like, yeah, this is me, this is who I am. It's an explosion of who you are, you know? Which is especially why I like 𝘆cie decor, which is what I do generally. Like decora can be anything. It's literally just about you decorating yourself, and it's just about being a maximalist by decorating yourself in a billion decorations. You can do it any way you want to. Some people do it in a billion colors, some people only even do it in one color, some people do it entirely monochrome and like all pink or all pastel blue or something, and they're still decora. Some people do it in a way that makes them look really emo, even though it's supposed to be normally like colorful and kidcore and everything. You can go about it anyway, but there are also extra names to describe some ways that people go about it, just for funsies, even though you should never sort yourself into any category, I think, for stuff like this. You just do it however you want to, because it's the point. But you can generally describe what I do as 𝘆cie decora, which is when you do a decora like cohort, so an outfit, entirely based around doing 𝘆cie_𝘂𝗿, which is like showing off your 𝘆cie, your favorite, your bias, and your interests and everything. Like I do. Technically, the way I do it, I just put every single thing on me when I go to a con like this, but it's all generally merch, rather than just accessories that look cute for the sake of looking cute. A lot of it is merchandise. Like all of the pins that I'm wearing on my chest are always like merch of my 𝘆cies and everything, and I'm wearing like my Ita bags and stuff like that. But also I do 𝘆cie decor that's like themed around one specific person sometimes as well. Like I have a bunch of red and black things for when I want to do an 𝘆cie decor look that's based around Vox whenever it's Plastic Cow Day, or like times that I go entirely Doppio themed, when I use my Doppio Ita bag and I have like all like magenta on me and stuff like that. 𝘆cie decor is really fun. I just love showing off all the stuff I love. It makes me happy. I love the guy going, is your description, and I love that it also perfectly works as a description. Yeah, exactly. Guy going, because that is what it is. That's why it's called an bag, because it's a guy going, Salutations, every fine denizens of the wonderfully avant-garde web. What's up? Hi, Luciu! I've missed your wonderful intros. How are you? Have you missed me? Hi! Hello. And I can finally do these properly now because I have my expressions back. Because we're not a Fugi anymore. I've got my proper PNG back. Yay! Yippee! Yippee! Woohoo! Yippee! Yay! Yay! I have sounds for that. Where's my yeah? Yeah! 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 Luciu, are you rules card? Yes, correct. Luciu is your rules card. Exactly. I must have thought it was nice being here even though I was here for 20 minutes. Probably be back to top. Bye-bye! It's always nice to see everyone even if they're only here for a little bit. This is just a little catch-up anyway. I hope you have a very lucky day. I rarely wear makeup aside from lip balm, but decor is such a cute J fashion. Yeah! And I mean, honestly, I used to be like that as well, actually. If you can believe it, given everything I just showed you. I used to not wear that much at all, even though I've been very into fashion for like all of my life, and I've been into like the idea of fashion designing and really creative stuff. Forgive me if you can hear my fan, by the way. I think it's not too much of a mic, but I might move it a little bit because I want to cool down a bit. Hi, Orange. I can't do that. I can't outdo that entrance from 𝘆cie. Don't worry, nobody can. Your entrance is wonderful as it is, though. I'm just imagining. I'm imagining your little rabbit self waddling in. That's wonderful. A round of applause. Here comes the boy. Hello, boy. Exactly how I'm picturing it. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I used to, even though I've always been into the idea of like fashion design and like creative expression through like fashion and makeup and hair and stuff like that when I was younger, I used to imagine that a lot more in a fantastical way, or picture myself in the future looking like the fashion dolls and like superstars that I used to watch and everything. But I didn't really care about doing it much myself. For a very long time, I've been entirely very casual about the way I look, and I especially never did makeup. Even once I got more interested in fashion a little bit as I got older, I was very, how to put it, I don't know, minimal about it. Like, I wanted to be cool. And I got like for a while I was very goth focused. Not entirely goth, a little bit more punky, but like just sort of all in that way, in like the edgier way. And I still do want to dress like that sometimes, but I got so full in on the decor lately that I've forgotten it, and I don't really have much stuff that works for that now. But I was like alt and stuff like that, but I still didn't do makeup, didn't style my hair very much. And like, I don't know how to put it. I think it worked out for me nicely that way. Like, I'm happy I've flourished into myself more recently, because I know a lot of that at first was part of it was like dysphoria, and that's both dysphoria in the gender way and dysphoria in like the regular sense of self way, because being the way I am and like being, well, this is about to get a little bit of a heavy topic, but I won't stay on too long, but being like, you know, like plus sized and black and stuff in a place full in a like a city and village and place full of white people and with already the beauty standards that you have online and around in the world, it was very hard for me to get into full like fashion stuff physically, because my brain just kind of accepted the idea that I wouldn't fit it, you know. Like, I was like, oh well, if I do this it'll look stupid, so I just won't. I'll just be like, nah, I don't care. Even though I did care. I was not winning the I don't give a fuck war. I do give a fuck. I'm a huge gaffer. And then over time recently, especially like really in the past couple years, really, I've like fully flourished. I started off by just getting more cute stuff that I liked a little bit, and then like sometimes wearing pins that I happen to have, and then especially after I started living with Neri and being surrounded by other people who let me express myself, then I went all crazy, and now I've gone full into Decora. But like my whole Decora and makeup thing has like really just blossomed within like a year or two. But aside from that, genuinely, when I'm not in a mode where I want to do a bunch of Decora stuff, I do not do that much makeup. Like I said, I only started doing makeup like less than a year ago. Like, arguably it's been about like a half year total in like actual time since then, but also, like I said, I've had less experience than that actually doing it, because I don't go out that often. And I don't go out in situations where I want to, you know, put all that effort in all that time, because, you know, there's plenty of times that I'm going out just to, I don't know, go buy some groceries and stuff, that I'm not gonna do a whole Decora look, because like I can't be bothered, man. I just want to go buy milk. But I love doing it when I do. So I don't often do like full faces of makeup or anything, even like that. Generally on a regular day, I too just wear lip balm. So I think it's fun to do both. And part of what I was saying about how I think that was good for me actually is even though I limited myself for bad reasons at first, the fact that I limited myself for a long time when I was younger and didn't get into makeup very young, I'm taking it in stride nowadays. I personally don't like to hold on to regrets for the past. It's something I very consciously try to do with my life. I think thinking about the past and regretting things too heavily does you no good ever. Like, hindsight is 20/20, but you're not going to see anything anywhere into the future with that. It doesn't help you. It does not help you at all. It's nice to like think back at the past and like, you know, think, okay, well, I'll do better in the future and stuff like that, but there's no point in regretting things, thinking, oh, I wish this happened, or I wish this was like this, or I wish this was like this, because it just makes you feel bad. So I try not to hold on to regrets, and I try to take everything in stride and look for a silver lining instead. And so my silver lining in that situation is actually, I think it's quite nice that growing up I didn't really get into doing makeup all the time, because now I don't feel like I need it. Like, I have friends, or like even like relatives, like my niece, who I absolutely love. She's great at makeup and she loves it, but she is also aware that because she was always doing it throughout her whole like school life and everything, because she felt like it was necessary, and she like built that into her, that she needed to do a full face of makeup every single morning before she went to school. When she had like an hour walk to school, she was waking up super early to do that. Now she can't like do anything without putting her makeup on, and she doesn't like that. And a lot of people are like that, you know? But I am perfectly fine going out on a day where I'm just in like the shittest clothes and I have nothing but lip balm on at most, and that's just so that my lips don't get dry. just as happy being like that and being out in public as I am being out in like full decora with like false lashes and eye contacts and like a whole ghetto makeup and everything. And I think that's fun. I think it's nice to be comfortable with yourself both ways, you know? I'm most happy when I can express myself in a billion ways. And I think everybody should try it, really. Anyway. Hi, Pikachu! Designing ever after Hayos is also almost like my first foray into costume design. Yeah, you get it. I got a lot of my interest in fashion design through OCs and stuff because I always sort of had it. Like I was, you know, always watching like a Barbie and other fashion doll media and stuff like that, and watching even just like like regular cartoons and stuff that I watched as a kid and imagining them in cool outfits and everything. But it was when I especially got into stuff like Ever After High OCs that I got really into making outfits, and I would make OCs who were fashion designers but then still dress boring IRL myself. And then I started realizing one day, I was like, you know what, I don't have to dress like this. I can do whatever I want. I got free will. So guess what happened yesterday, Emmy? Oh, I did not see that, 𝘆cie. Hello, what happened yesterday? Didn't start experimenting more with style until uni when I wasn't around people who know me well. Now I do fun eye looks and dress sort of retro inspired and I feel so comfortable. Yeah! It's so much more fun once you feel comfortable in yourself. It really is. I sort of had the same experience like I was saying, where I had to get away from the original life situation I was in and more surrounded by other people who like knew me for the way that I want to be and the way that I actually am inside rather than just the way that I grew up being. Does that make sense? People who accept who I actually am and who have similar interests as me and stuff, and I feel I can do whatever with. And then I actually let myself like try new things, and now I feel so much more comfortable and happy. And I also still feel comfortable just like, you know, just wearing like my pajamas or something and wearing literally nothing and looking like a random normal person and going outside because, you know, sometimes that's easier. But also I feel comfortable because I have the option to do both and I don't feel like I have to limit myself. It's nice to feel like there's no limits. That's the best way to put it. Which is really, you know, the whole Emiraki mindset in general. You should have no limits doing anything. You can go to any dimension you want and eat every single trope you want and spit it out however you like. That's why I do 𝘆cie 𝘂𝗿. But, you know, being yourself and being comfy, even like when you don't do anything, is part of that, I think. Hehe. Wait, time to give you more reason to go out and do fun things. That's what motivates you to do makeup on a day. Well, I mean, yeah, that is also what I do. I have reason to go out and do fun things. It's just that, like, girl, what fun things am I gonna do here? You really think this is that much fun to do? But I put my whole makeup on and do all my silly stuff when I go out and do fun things with Neri, and sometimes that literally just means us going to the mall. Like, we'll go out just to go and pick up a parcel and like go do our regular walk through the mall and still be wearing a billion stuff. I just mean that like I like the fact that I don't need to put it on all the time to go do regular things. It's nice. Sometimes I do also put it on just for fun at home, just to practice and stuff as well. But I've kind of, I don't know how to put it, I've kind of come around to makeup faster than I thought I would. I think I spent so many years, like, watching makeup tutorials and stuff, but not doing it on myself because I was holding myself back, and getting interested in it on fictional characters and on other people and everything, that I kind of absorbed a lot of it without actually being able to practice it. Like, I used to do eyeliner, like, once every 6 months or something, as, like, an occasional treat, or when I'd, like, rarely try and do a closet cosplay or some shit like that. But I never really had that much practice, but I've kind of, I kind of dove headfirst into it recently, and I was like, okay, I got it now, I'm good. And yeah, recently I started doing my makeup gyaru style, and that's made me very happy as well. I really want to get more into gyaru fashion as well, because I've been going like all in on decora ever since I actually unlocked that ability for myself, especially because like decora is like, I just like, you like keep growing in your ability to do it over time, you know? Because I was always technically trying to do that. I was always trying to do 𝘆cie 𝘂𝗿 by like wearing my cute stuff and putting a bunch of pins on me. But I look back at old photos of myself and didn't look very good, and it was just kind of randomly sorted. But now I have so much more colorful stuff, and I have all these accessories I can do, and so many more pins, and so many more things. So I always want to try and do another decora thing, because each time it's gonna look better, and it's gonna look more decora and look sillier. But I also want to try a bunch of other fashion styles, because I don't think anyone should limit themselves, even though I said that again. But like, especially with fashion, I think it really sucks when people put themselves in a box in regards to fashion because they feel like there's one certain sub-style or something, or one like category that they need to fit. They're like, oh, well, I wear dark academia, so therefore I can't actually wear this and this thing. It's like, okay, but you can though. If you want to do, like, if you want to do whatever thing and then also do a gyaru thing, who's stopping you? Fashion is your own self-expression. The names come about it afterwards, after people choose how to express themselves, not first. It's kind of the same as that, how like it's like how with sexualities, people, you know, have their own individual experiences, and then the words are there to help you define yourself to others, but not for you to actually like put yourself in that box and then make yourself fit it. Fashion is the same, but I want to try a lot of stuff, and I do like mixing stuff together. Like I said, even though I wear Decora, I do my makeup pretty gyaru style nowadays, and then just sort of blend it with my Decora stickers and everything. But I really want to get into more traditional gyaru fashion. I really want to try that. I went to guess at another anime and cosplay convention again, and I got to say I have so many stories and merch to ask about. Yippee! So do I! You missed a bit of me talking about that. I was showing off some of the merch that I got. My merch haul from Saturday when I went to Hyper Japan, and also some of the clothes. That's how we got on this topic. I will show more of it in a sec. What was something you said before Pikachu? Do you remember your first job interview? Were you really nervous? My older brother had an online interview today, and he was amazing. Also, I get a bit nervous when I think about the future. Yeah, I wonder if I'll be able to do well my first interviews. I remember my first interviews very barely, because I hated them. I did feel very nervous. I don't like it. I always feel nervous. I don't have a normal job at the moment, and I'm very glad for that. I'm very lucky to be able to just about get by without one at the moment. And I do not like interviews. I hate them so bad. But in my end, part of that is just like, is the neurodivergence as well. I don't like them because, like, you know, being someone with ADHD, it's like a nightmare to figure out what people want you to say and do and behave like. And I never feel like I'm ever doing the right thing or ever picking up what they're putting down, and I just don't get any of it. It feels like sometimes an interview is just like a litmus test. It's just like a test of like, okay, are you autistic or not? You know, because they'll ask you questions that are like so open-ended, and I'm like, oh, what? No, please elaborate. And they're like, nah, and then they'll ask you something, and then you answer it, and they're like, no, you weren't supposed to actually answer it. And I'm like, what? And then you'll ask someone, and they're like, oh, I answered this question. And they're like, oh, you're supposed to lie for that one. And I'm like, what? What do you mean I was supposed to lie? And then you'll lie, and they're like, oh, no, you're not supposed to lie that hard. You're supposed to lie in like a good way. And I'm like, what do you mean? And I hate it. I hate job interviews. I hate them so bad. But to be honest, I think, like, even though I'm making it sound very scary right now, I think no matter how good you are at any job and how far you get into the world, they can still be pretty scary for anyone, because it's an entirely new thing where it's like a moment of meeting someone that like makes or breaks, you know, a big change in your career in life. So I think try not to be too afraid, just off the basis that you're not the only one who's scared, if that makes sense. Like, for example, Neri's mom, I was talking to her recently. She's been trying for a new job. She is a really smart person who works really big jobs, not little like McDonald's stuff like I did. She works very, very big fancy jobs. I won't get too into it, obviously, because I'd be like exposing her life. But she works very big fancy jobs in very high positions in big fancy offices and stuff. She was going for a new job, and I would have thought personally that she wouldn't be scared of that, because like she's a super duper nerd pro. But even she was scared. She was nervous about it, really like anxious about it, and antsy about it the whole day before, and I was wishing her luck, even though I've only had job interviews for like retail stores and to be like part-time at like a fast food place. But she was just the same anxious that I was, even though afterwards she aced it and it went awesome and everything, and I loved her. I think everyone's scared of them. So, like, if that makes any sense, don't feel too scared. Like, don't scare yourself off the idea that you're the only person who's scared, or that you're the only one who doesn't get it. Everyone is confused. And they are kind of scary and confusing and nerve-wracking for everyone. So, know that you're not alone. And don't be afraid to ask people about them and what you should do for them as well. Because really, there's like, they kind of throw you in there expecting you to know everything, but everybody else just learned what they're doing by talking to other people and learning, okay, I guess I'm supposed to do this social cue here and here and here. Like, so much of it is just experience, which is stupid because that's what the job's for. But that is how it works. So yeah. You mentioned gyaru. That's actually my favorite J fashion. Yeah, I love gyaru stuff. I really love gyaru stuff. I love gyaru stuff so much. I've only started properly, like, actually putting myself into it recently, because I've been a little bit scared too for when I was younger. It's kind of like the same as how I didn't get into decor for a while. Or makeup in general. I think I had this idea in my head that I wasn't cool enough. Like, I needed to feel hotter and cooler in order to do gyaru. Because for Decora, it's basically just being a nerd and wearing that on yourself. So I was less scared of it because I already am colorful and silly and out there and everything. I can just start wearing more and more pins of my 𝘆cies until you can't see me underneath them, and then it's really silly. But for gyaru, it's like, it comes with confidence. However, I think like actually trying it out will help you build that confidence as well. So I've been having more fun trying it out recently, and I wanna be brave and try it out more. But like I said, it's because I've been going so all in on Decora and so focused on that because I'm always thinking about it and how every single silly thing that I buy, and I love buying silly things and I love buying merch, always means that the next Decora look I do will be better and will be more fun. I think about that so much that I ended up like taking out a lot of the other stuff from my wardrobe. So I need to invest more into fashion that I can ghettoify. But I really like doing ghetto makeup. I've kind of wanted to like, I've been considering before doing sometimes maybe some IRL content once in a while, either as like videos or occasionally as like live streams and stuff, because I want to do some more stuff with like makeup and accessories. I definitely want to do more hand cams. I said before that I want to do streams where I make candy, so like the bracelets that I showed you and all the stuff that I had, like the ones that I made out of like a bunch of little like beads and charms and stuff. I make candy bracelets and necklaces for myself all the time, and I'd like to do like a hand cam making those, or making them for like based on my friends and stuff like that, like the ones that you guys have seen, or the ones that we call Emiraki Ian. Like, because I think that'd be fun, and then I get to wear them all the time, or like making ones with some chat and stuff like that, like we did with the egg painting hand cam. But also I've like considered before that it'd be really fun to do stuff like getting ready into Decora and like into ghetto makeup. I don't know, it's really fun decorifying myself, and I think it's such a fun process to see myself get more and more colorful, and I love doing it to other people as well. So I'd love to find a way to do like a POV for you guys to chat or something, or do like a get ready with me, where it's just you guys helping me decide a billion stickers to put on my face, you know. But I don't know, I've not done face cam content ever. I've done hand cam, never done face cam, so that's kind of terrifying to think about. But maybe it's not like I'm entirely hiding my face online anyway. I don't post it that often, but I do once in a while, and I probably will show you later because I'm going to show you some more photos from the con. Well, what else did I miss that I was going to read? Fair point, there's not a lot of fun things to do there, especially now that I'm not there. Exactly! I feel like I'm more into fashion now than I was as a kid. Not only to makeup though, I just don't see the point of it. I've noticed that I like a more rebellious or tomboy style, even though I really love pink now. I used to hate it when I was a kid. Oh, a lot of people have that experience, and I did as well. I didn't like hate it entirely as a kid, but I went through the process that I think a lot of people do, especially if they're AFAB, and especially if you're like, if you are like AFAB and then you went through some sort of experience in your life where you're not like, how to put it, not like conventionally attractive and stereotypically girly, you know, you're like nerdy or a little bit tomboyish, or like into some sort of like niche thing or something, or like weren't like particularly popular, then you'll often go through a phase where you're like, you as a kid think pink is awesome, and then like as you grow up you start to denounce it entirely, and you hate it, and you hate pink, and you're not like other girls, and you think pink sucks, and you pick some either really edgy or really specifically weird color as your favorite color, and then you grow up again, you're like, nah, I love pink, pink is great, I think more things should be pink. Because I did that as well. It happens for a lot of people where they end up with this sort of like internalized shame of it. Because I really loved hot pink when I was younger, and then I went through phases where I like specifically try and pick a really unique color. Like I think I always used to say fluorescent orange, like neon orange is my favorite color, which it definitely is one of them now. Still, I really love non-neon colors. I showed you guys my favorite colors before. I did like I blobbed them all on MS Paint and then let you pick from them all. But I have a lot of favorite colors still, but hot pink is definitely still #1. And so like for a while I sort of denounced it and tried to focus on all the other colors and ignore the pink, even though it was still there among all my favorite colors. So like who was I really fooling? And then I went back to it and I was like, nah, I love pink. Everything should be pink. I like pink. I like when characters are pink. Pink is great. Hi, the one and only third swim. That is a hell of a name. The one and only third swimming pool. That reminds me of Moose in Pool. This is a great chance to have Moose in Pool images. Third swimming pool, like the one with the moose in. I wonder if I have any of my Moose in Pool images on my computer still. Wait. Do I have my Moose in Pool collection on PC? This is important. Yeah, this is the third swimming pool. Here, this one. I think I've got 3. I've got at least 3. Fun fact for you guys that don't know, I like collecting things. You should know that because I like Decora and I like collecting little tropes from different universes when I fly around them and stuff. But I like collecting really specific things, like, for example, I collect little plastic cows, and I collect those little fucked up tiny chicks that you get at Easter, like the ones that are just like a little fluff ball with 2 tiny stick legs on them. And I also collect images of Moose in Pool. Moose in Pool. I like to collect images of Moose in Pool because I think it's really funny that moose go in pool. And I also like to collect images of the moshling Banana Montana from the hit game Moshi Monsters, but specifically the moshling toys, the physical toys of the moshling Banana Montana from Moshi Monsters. There we go. There's the third swimming pool. Moosin pool. Moosin pool. Along with also collecting like regular stuff like anime figures and pins and everything. As someone who's neurotypical, allegedly, I fear the day I actually land an interview because they're so vague now. Applied for a costume assistant position for a Greek god musical. Ooh, by Big Mouse. Not to fill in a questionnaire with questions like agree or disagree. People should act in the confines of the law. What? That's crazy! Yeah, I hate when they give you really fucking vague, huge questions. It's so confusing. Like, how do you want me to answer? Please just tell me. Because, like, I know it's going to be, like, a personality test and test you as a person and everything. But, like, when the question's just so vague, but they still have an actual answer that they're going for, it's like, what is the point? Because you're not actually learning anything about me. You're learning how well I can lie. It's so dumb. I hate it. It's so confusing for everyone. Is Sass okay? Can they swim? Yeah, I think so. Actually, can Sass swim? I don't know if Sass can swim. I feel like we've talked about this with Sass before. I don't know. I'll check if Sass is okay later. But those moose, don't forget, moose pretty big. Moose big. Moose big, pool not too big. Pool big for person, not big for moose. Moose bigger than person. Moose big in pool mean moose stand in pool. Moose not swim in pool. Moose not drown in pool. Moose stand in pool, moose big. Yeah. Big moose, big pool, big moose, moose pool. You know? Obviously. That's what I'm fucking saying. I'm not really into jewelry. Well, not completely. I do like cute things, like clip-on earrings shaped like stars, little carrots. Don't worry. You don't need to worry about your ears not being pierced wearing clip-ons. I wear clip-ons too. I'm kind of fooling you guys. I know you guys see my ears look really pierced and cool on the screen. I'm actually lying to you. These are all clip-ons. I get a billion clip-ons from Claire's because I've not bothered piercing my ears yet. I actually had them pierced when I was a baby. Like, when I was born, my mom got my ears pierced when I was like a tiny little baby, like a lot of people do. But I hated it when I was a little baby, and I pulled one of them out, and so then I only had one ear pierced because it didn't work. And then I just had one ear pierced for ages. And then I got older, and they tried to pierce the other one to match it. But then I accidentally lost the first one, so then I only had the other ear pierced. And then I went and got them both pierced again, but then I sort of forgot about them and just forgot to take care of them, and so then neither of them were pierced. So then for like 10 or so years, like, well, no, more than that. For like the last like 15 years, I've just not had my ears pierced, although they've had like the sort of remnant there. And then I just realized that like they sell clip-ons at like Claire's and stuff, and they look really cute with my decor outfits. I can just wear those. In fact, Claire's is really goated for this. I do not plan on getting my ears pierced at Claire's, but I love their clip-ons there because they have clip-ons that are really cute and silly that I wear with a lot of my decora, but also they have like really fancy ones too. You can get like full hoop earrings that are clip-on or like really heavy dangly ones. It's insane. I love it there. I have little pom-poms there. I have little rubber duckies. I have like a little what's the fucking word? Oh my god, a slinky. I have earrings from Claire's that are clip-ons that are little rainbow slinkies that actually stretch. It's great. Hi, Maha. Would I even find you if you were wearing a string? What about people that need glasses but never wear them? Whoa, what did that have to do with the wormwood string? How? Wait, why did so many of you guys answer no? I forgot I did that poll. Why did so many of you guys answer no? What the hell? You guys hate me? Who said no? Who said no? I'm ending the poll. Who said no? And why are you evil? Why are you evil? Why do you have no whimsy in your heart? Why do you want the world to burn? Huh? 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 I've never had any beside this. It was always a surprise to my friends. Yeah, I haven't got mine pierced. I'm just lazy. But I wear a billion earrings and people just expect that they're pierced. And I'm like, nah. Nah. Claire's. Moose stand and lake, moose stand and pool is all the same. Yeah, you get it. Moose lake, moose pool, moose same. I'm getting my facial feminization surgery at Claire's. For the record, I answered yes. Okay, good. Good. Ban those who said no. Exactly. Throw them in the moat. Throw them into the soup. Put them in the air fryer right now. I pressed the wrong button. That was not the one I meant to pin. That makes me look way extra gay. I meant to pin that one because it's funny. But yeah, part of the reason I did the poll, by the way, I unlocked the features for polls and for Q&As now. I didn't know when I was going to get that before. I was wondering when it would happen. I thought it would become a later stage of monetization or something. But now I can do polls with chat, which I've wanted for a while, because every now and then I ask you guys a question and I want an answer, but you guys don't answer enough, so I've made to do polls. And I can also do Q&As, where like I can leave it open, you guys can like answer a question, and I can like pull them up. Look. Ask me anything. I can also do this now, where there's like a... I actually don't know where it shows up for you guys, though. I don't know where the thing shows up. Yeah, there we go. There's a little question thing, and then I get a little, like, list that's just the questions. So if you guys put them there, then I can look through the questions. I have that now. I don't know if I'll use the Q&A thing that much. Probably not. But it is there. I can show you guys that it exists. You might have to refresh to see it, though. Better worm on a string, keep them as a studio mascot. Yay! I have a bunch of worms on a string, actually. I was meaning to make accessories out of them. That's part of why I wanted to do like a candy making stream, because I don't just want to make candy. I want to do it as like a decora accessory making stream with a bunch of stuff that I got from Hobbycraft. I got like big worms on a string, and I want to make them into like a necklace or into earrings or something. I want to do a bunch of that. So I will do that soon, because I think it'd be really fun to do with you guys. I love you, but I'm scared of worms because of the movie Dune. I'm sorry for saying no. Well, not a normal worm. A worm on a string. Like a silly little fluffy little guy. Answer the question didn't show up in chat. Well, no, yeah, I'm supposed to answer the question. You guys give a question. You guys give a question, and then I answer it. It's a Q&A. But the little button to ask me something, you might have to refresh for it to show up in chat. My current student mascot is my G3 Jennifer Long. Based! I love G3 Jennifer Long. She's so gorgeous. She's one of the, like, centerpieces of my shelf. But, to be fair, part of that is because my big shelf that I have with all my dolls on and most of my figures, I have it organized by color, so it goes in like a big rainbow gradient. Therefore, Jennifer is right in the middle. because she's like green, but she also has like all these like purples and like gold and oranges and reds and stuff on her. She goes bang in the middle of the shelf, and she's standing really high, and I love it because she's so beautiful. Oh wow, you guys did put the question things. I wonder if I can like wait, select question. Does that put it at the top? It does! Let me unpin this. Then put the question up there. Did that work? Wait, hang on. Select question. Now, if it worked, it should be like showing up on the chat there or something. I don't know, maybe it doesn't on mobile. Because I think I've seen this work on PC. But anyway, I have the question selected. Mas, why is your name Emiraki? How does one come up with the name Emiraki? I've answered this before, actually, but I know a lot of people don't know. So my name Emiraki actually comes from the Greek word meraki, which is just the M-E-R-A-K-I part. It is a word that means like to leave a part of your soul and your passion in the things that you create. Like you leave a piece of who you are and your heart and your passion and your feelings into the things that you make. And I like that word a lot. I came up with it a while ago because when I was younger, I used to go by just like a random Japanese name online, as a lot of weebs did. Like I named one of my OCs, one of my idol OCs, Kimi Suzuki, and then I just started using her name as my username and called myself Kimi for a while. Then I didn't like that. I started calling myself Suzu because I called myself like Suzuki-chan or something like that. But I didn't want that anymore. I wanted to like rebrand when I was younger because I stopped just focusing on doing like idol card edits and stuff and did more art for myself. And I was like, okay, I want to have a name that I can feel like a little bit more, I don't know how to put it, more professional, I guess. A name that's more my own and not just based around one thing that I like. A name that's more my own and that I can use forever, because I wanted to have like a username and an account that I could use into the future when I became an adult. But I didn't want to use my real life name yet, like my normal person name for when I'm disguised as a human instead of a cow. I didn't want to use that yet because I was still a minor and I wanted to be safe, but I wanted to make it possible to use that in the future. So I picked the word Meraki that I liked, and then I just put my initials at the front of it. And then I added the extra I just because I like it. So we got Emiraki because it's like EM added to the Meraki, and then the extra I just looks cute. So yeah, and that's part of why I am the way I am as well. Because like the word Meraki, I like it and I feel like it fits me, you know, as a person and everything that I do. And also me as a creature with the way that I am a dimension hopping alien cow, because I'm created from a trope gone wrong. And then I go through other dimensions and eat all their tropes and find all the things that I love from them and then like swallow them up and spit them out in my own way. That is me leaving a part of my passion in everything I do. That's me eating all these things up and all the things that I love and then spitting them out and putting a part of my soul into them every single time. Because everything I do with passion, you know? That's why I'm Emiraki. Yippee! And the name Emmy actually came backwards from it. The name Emmy came after the username. Neri picked that for me. Yeah, I'm glad you like the answer. Of course, Pikachu's question is Yuri. If you had the chance to be reborn into a Yuri manga, which one will you choose? That is tough. I feel like I don't read enough Yuri manga to be able to answer this well, because the issue is, like, there's so much Yuri manga that I love but haven't read fully because I never have the time to read manga. I do not read manga enough. Like, in general. There are so many recommendations that I haven't got around to yet, and it makes me so sad. I feel like for a lot of people, they read more manga than they watch anime because they feel like they have more time for the first one because they can just read it at whatever they want at their own pace any time of the day. Me, however, I like to have the brain space to read something. I like need time for that because I need to have like a moment where I feel like my brain can be focused on something that is just like, that is there visually, not moving, that is me sitting and reading and like not getting distracted by something else auditory or like you know, something I'm watching in the background or anything like that. But also once I do fixate on enough on that, like once my brain is in the space where I can read something, then I'm gonna be fixated on it for the next week and it's gonna destroy me in the best way, but it's still gonna destroy me. So, like, I don't read manga much, but I watch anime because I can watch that, like, while I'm eating. And everything like that. However, oh, if I had to pick, let me try to think. Okay, this is a little bit cheating because it's like, like not actually Yuri manga. However, my favorite Yuri ship is from Kira Kira Precure à la Mode, and it is macaron and chocolate. And so I want to choose that because I would love to be reborn into their world. Personally, I think their world is full of Yuri anyway. Any magical girl world always is, because if the world is all girls, then that means the girls kiss each other. Easy. But I love to be reborn into there because I think chocolate is gender as fuck, and I would love to be Precure. I want to be Precure and work at a cute little cafe where the girls kiss each other and then we all have fun and we turn into cute little animal magical girls and save the day. There's my kind of cheating answer. But like, I'm thinking about my favorite Yuri, and that is my favorite Yuri pair. So yeah, nice choice. Yeah. Serena's question is waffles. Discuss. Okay, let me turn my fan on for a sec because I'm getting all hot and bothered thinking about how crazy angry this passionate question is gonna get me. But no. Actual answer, waffles. I don't eat waffles that much. I'm more of a pancakes over waffles guy personally. Maybe hot take. I don't know if it's a hot take. I don't know which one you guys prefer. I should do a poll for that. Wait, I can poll that because I have polls now. Look, I have so much opportunity in my fingertips. I can do literally anything I want. Look at this. Waffles, pancakes. Start poll. Personally, I'm normally a pancake guy over a waffles guy. I do like waffles. They are yummy, but I have them a lot more rarely. And I think that's partially because I can't make waffles. I mean, we have a waffle maker here now, I think. But like, I've known how to make pancakes for ages. My mom used to make pancakes all the time, and so did my dad when I was younger, before he disappeared and went to get milk in another dimension and never came back because he got swallowed by a wormhole. Like, so they both used to make pancakes when I was younger, and they're really simple to make, but we didn't have a waffle maker for a long time, so there was not something I could make for myself. So I don't eat them as much. When I do eat them, I really like them, but I prefer pancakes. I think I like the squishier, like sillier, lighter texture of pancakes more. I like wrapping them up and chewing on them, or like you can put a billion things on them. For waffles, they are fluffy and yummy, but unless they're made really good, I get kind of bored of them pretty quickly. Does that make sense? So I like pancakes a lot, and I like how you can put anything with pancakes. I know you probably can with waffles as well, because I know a lot of people have them for breakfast, but I feel like pancakes are really diverse to use to do anything with. I like making them different ways, because I like making thick pancakes, and I like making really thin, like crepe-like pancakes, and I like making a ton of them, and then having them a bunch of different ways within that one meal. Like, I'll have one that's like savory, with like cheese and ham on it or something, and then I'll have one that's like lemon and sugar, a really classic pancake. Then I'll have one that's got like a shit ton of like chocolate spread on, and like whipped cream and strawberries and bananas and stuff like that. I think it's great. My dad even used to, I've totally changed into pancakes discuss instead of waffles discuss. You can tell I'm a pancake person. My dad even used to do this like a savory pancake thing where he'd make like chicken with pancakes. Like he'd make so he'd make like, I don't know how to put it, sort of like an African chicken sort of stew recipe, like the kind where it's not like grilled chicken or anything, or like deep fried, like cooked, like cooked within like a soup, you know, like so like it'd be like chicken drumstick and stuff, and then it's just like cooked to the point that the meat falls off the bone and it's really soft, and like a big soup with a soupy sort of like sauce with a bunch of flavors. Not soup in the way that it's like a broth you drink, but like it's just in a really thick sauce, right, in a tray, and then you like pour that out, and then you have it with pancakes, and maybe with like rice or ugari or something. So then you can take the pancakes and you use them to like wipe up all the sauce and like mop it up and like eat it all like in your hands, and it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. I miss having it so much. Because he used to make his pancakes really sweet. He'd put sugar in his pancakes, which most people don't do. You don't really need much sugar in them at all, because you put sweet stuff on them. But he'd make the pancakes really sweet. And then you have this really yummy, savory, salty chicken stuff. And it's like, ah! Peak! week! No, I misvoted. I'm a waffles girl. It's my German heritage. It's okay. I'll pretend. I'll do the math in my brain. Oh, I was gonna say I'll like count up whatever the percentages is and do like super crazy quick math in my head to make sure that there was an extra waffles vote, but it seems there's 100% pancakes. So I guess I'll just imagine that is 99. See, I'm a mathematician. What do you mean I'm an English student? Nuh-uh. I was totally a maths focus. I think I asked a taco-based question server once. You might have. Oh, wow, yeah, is it a hot take that I'm so incredibly a pancakes person? But yeah, I think waffles are fine, and I like them sometimes. I think I'm normally more likely to pick waffles if I like go to a dessert place. Does that make sense? Like if I go to like a dessert cafe, like there's one near here that I go where they just serve like waffles and pancakes and ice cream and cakes and stuff. There, I normally pick waffles because they're more filling. And if you get pancakes at a place like that, it's going to be really thin. You're not going to get as much toppings on. But places like that will normally have waffles and pancakes. You can pick either one for the same toppings. So in that case, I'll pick waffles because they'll be really, really thick and fluffy and really perfectly made. And then I get like a whole like cake crumbled on them and like, you know, fruit and cream and sprinkles and ice cream and everything. And then it's like a whole big dessert. But if I'm picking for myself, I always pick pancakes because unless waffles are really well made or have like a billion things in them, I don't really want them. I get kind of bored of them. But pancakes I like, and I really like the texture of pancakes. I could eat pancakes for days. Like, I love making a billion whenever I make them, especially because you can really easily make so many from one little thing. And then, like I said, I'll have them a billion ways, and then put a bunch in the fridge, and then I've just got pancakes. And I can snack on a pancake even without anything on it, and it's just chewy and yummy, and I like the texture. It's yummy, 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 squishy. I'm back from 7-Eleven. Hi! Welcome to 24/7. Actually, question, guys, question. Because I was joking about this before. Would you think I was insane? / would you watch it if I ever did a 24-hour stream? And by that, I also mean if I did a 24-hour Sims stream specifically. Same question. Because I have considered it before. Like, the 12-hour sim stream was a funny idea I had because I know that I wanted to try doing a 12-hour stream someday because, like, I had to, especially because I normally stream for, like, 8 to 10 hours a lot of the time when I'm doing art, rather than how I initially predicted I'd be a 2 to 4 hour streamer, whereas nowadays I actually only stream, like, the only times my streams are, like, 1 to 4 hours long is if I'm doing a Zatsu or a karaoke, really, or if I have to stop it early for some reason. So I know I wanted to try doing a 12-hour thing, and I thought the best way to do it would be Sims, because I do play Sims for 12 hours when I play. I do not get tired when I'm playing Sims. So I know I wanted to do that. But like, I do wanna try doing like regular endurance streams one day. Like, I think it'd be fun to do a 12-hour thing, or do like a bunch of stuff, you know? Like, maybe for like a birthday party or something one day. Like some big event. Or even if I had the capability to do it, I'd love to do a 24-hour thing for charity. But I don't think I have enough reach in order to raise much for charity in that kind of situation. But, you know, I'd love to do some kind of big event of it and like do a billion different things. Like the way some people do like 24-hour subathon or something, and they'll play like 5 different games within it and do like a bunch of like parties like in Jackbox and stuff with other people and things like that. But also, if I did 24 hours straight of Sims, A, would you think I'm insane? B, would you watch? Like, not necessarily for the whole thing, obviously. I don't expect you guys all to stay up for 24 hours, but would you watch it? Would you be interested in it? I'd have to split it up into like 3 streams as well. Did Professor come first because I was the fastest? Yeah, you're super speedy. Maybe that's why you're blue. You're just Sonic. I'd probably come by once to ask if you're okay. I'm sure I'd be fine. If I was playing Sims, I'd be fine. I would rather you slept. Well, like, I can sleep after, though. Like, I can sleep after. Welcome back, Crimson. Maybe I would watch a 24-hour stream for like 4 hours and come back 5 hours later. Yeah, that makes sense. Most people don't watch 24 or 12-hour streams for the whole time. Generally, you just, like, you know, stop in for part of it or, like, watch when you sleep. But yeah, so I am curious. Because I think it would be really funny to do so one day. Especially because, like I said, if it was Sims, I think I could go effortlessly. However, the concept of a 24-hour long Sims stream is, like, most interesting to me rather than to other people. But doing a 24-hour one day where it's like some big event or like charity thing or like birthday party or something where we do a bunch of stuff with everyone would probably be more normal. And I probably could do that someday. But somehow that sounds harder to achieve than sitting and playing The Sims 4 for 24 hours straight. I would still be concerned for you. Well, like, you're concerned about me anyway. So, like, there's plenty more things to be concerned for me about. So it's fine. Might as well make it fun. So, about the convention, let me just start off that I saw a sticker with a little crying doodle of a dude with the background text saying, "Old man Yuri, save me, old man Yuri, save me." Hell yeah, that's great. I've seen a bunch of really silly stickers that I gotta show up at some time. There was one stall that I saw that had a bunch of stickers, like it was little shittily drawn cats that just said like, "Mom, I threw up, I shitted myself, tummy ache." No, let me make you an offer. Since I've already recommended around 10 euro manga to you, I'll pick out the best ones, maybe around 10 to 15 or even 20, and send them to you in the comments. What do you think? Absolutely, I love that. Please do. Having like a little list of them that you think are your best ones will actually be great, and it makes it a lot easier to keep track of things when you guys tell them to me like in comments or in community posts or stuff than in live chats as well. Right, okay. After 10 million tangents, I actually suddenly remembered that I was going to show you guys more stuff from the con. So I already showed you, some of you guys didn't see it, but I showed you like the whole of stuff that I got at the con on Saturday when I went to Hyper Japan. I've actually been looking at this print of Aster. Well, it's not a print, it's a file folder actually, of Aster from New Carnival. I've been staring at it the whole time that I've been talking because I don't normally make eye contact with my screen while I'm yapping in Zatsu's. So I've been staring at that the whole time. But this is my whole of stuff. But what I also meant to show you guys was actual pictures from the con. Like, whoa, face reveal. I should have like clickbaited the title and been like, oh, Zatsu and also face reveal. But I have, like, it's not like it's really much a reveal because I have showed my face online before. Because, you know, like, I gotta transform a lot. I do have a human mode. I do have a human looking mode. You gotta learn how to hide cow alien parts when you walk around in the real world and connect with reality a little bit. So I do have a human looking form sometimes. Maybe you'll get to see that sometime with a certain alternate mode of Emmy that I won't name yet because it's a secret. But you know, I wouldn't hint too much in lore things. But I do have photos from the con that I wanted to show as well. Because I want to show you guys my cool outfits and my cool friends. I got to hang out with so many cool friends while I was there. I got to see Magical Rosie, like I said, Incredible Idol. And I also got to hang out with... There's a photo with Press X! There's some friends in this image that I'm about to show that I won't name because that's, you know, for their own privacy. But one of them is here, so I will name specifically her and nobody else. Look! There's us! This is Dr. Mobius, the frontman of Press... the people in the background don't mind. Let me crop them out. This is Dr. Mobius, the frontman of Press X that I've talked about. A really cool band that I said I got to see. This guy over in the corner with the really cool visual K makeup. He was very cool. There's some friends. I think you can tell who's in the pretty blue dress in the front. And there's me in the back with the wrong ears. Can you believe it? I can actually switch out the cow ears sometimes for the sake of disguise. And it's really fun. I have really silly little dog ears and a bunch of decor fashion. You can almost see my blue contacts that I was wearing. But here's some photos from Hyper Japan. Because, yeah, it's so much fun. This is part of what I did on my week off. Some immersion break showed me, yeah. I mean, face reveal, not clickbait! Yeah! Because, like I said, my face, you can find it online. It's not really, it's kind of an open secret, I guess. Because I don't post it all the time. I do keep it to myself until I want to. But I post selfies on my, like, Twitter and everything once in a while. Like when people do, like, VTuber versus IRL things. Because I think it's funny to show that I am exactly the same. I just look a little bit more normal when I'm trying to disguise into human mode. But then I put a billion decor things on, so then it doesn't look normal anymore. And there's also, there's this one as well. A photo from Magical Rosie of everybody watching her perform. I love seeing idols. Idols are like literally my life source. Doing Wota, cheering for idols and everything is my reason for surviving for the rest of the year. When I get to go to a con and then cheer and watch an idol, it like literally, genuinely is my motivation to like stay alive. Well, that sounds a bit more serious. Stay alive is way more threatening. I promise I'm not gonna die if I don't see an idol. But like, a little bit. Look, there's Rosie in the middle. And there's all of us cheering. Magical Rosie is so amazing. She's the main reason I went to Hyper Japan. She's such a cute idol. I highly recommend you guys check her out if you haven't yet. She is super duper cute, has a lot of amazing songs. And Serena, Princess Serena Aria Alicia, Her Highness, actually wrote one of Rosie's songs. It's kind of her main theme song as well, called Everything is Magical. She's amazing. She's a super cute magical girl idol, and I absolutely love her. But yeah, there's some footage from the con. Give me just as cute IRL. Exactly. Just as cute and just as colorful. I'm still just as surreal. I'm not a real guy, actually. I'm a figment of your imagination. But yeah. I meant to get way more photos. I wanted to get a full photo of the whole decor outfit that I did, but I did not. So instead, you just got those shots that you saw of it, and also this that I showed earlier, which is the process of this image is so big. Hang on. The person what it's like to shed my Decora skin after a con and take off the 10 million things that I'm wearing. And it's really fun to see just how much is like on me at any time. Like there's like double the pins that you then you're seeing here, double the amount of like bracelets and accessories and necklaces and stuff, all the layers of clothing, the amount of like charms and items that I have on. I was wearing 2 bags, which were both Ita bags. I love being silly for cons. I've not seen you IRL since 2017. I feel like you're just adorable. Oh my god. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think how long it's been. Gosh. It's kind of crazy even to think that we like met IRL, because I do remember it. I remember it whenever I think about like my first experiences going to cons when I was younger. But it's kind of crazy. Damn. I couldn't even check that long. That's like, oh my god, that's like almost a decade. That's almost a decade. That's scary. That's scary. I'm gonna stop thinking that now. Rosie was so good. She was. Hi, 𝘆cie_𝗂𝗿. You know, I saw a sick as hell Tenna cosplay in the convention. I took a photo with the cosplayer. Oh, hell yeah! That's awesome! Yeah, feel free to DM it. Or if you're in my Discord server, you can also post it in the IRL channel in there. There was on the note of sick cosplayers, there were really cool ones at Hyper Japan as well. I forgot to take photos of them. I don't often take photos of cosplayers. I do if they're like particularly like something I very rarely see or want to show to a friend. Most of the time I just tell them myself that I think their cosplay is really cool and then like leave so I don't bother them. But I saw a really cool, like on the new carnival note, because I showed off my like file folders and pins that I got from there. I saw a really cool 𝘂𝗿 cosplayer. Like, guys, not gonna lie. Oh my god. Like, I saw this 𝘂𝗿 cosplayer from behind, and I pointed an area, and I was like, oh my god, there's a 𝘂𝗿 cosplayer over there. And they're like, whoa, no way, I can't believe we found a new carnival cosplayer. We've never seen one of those before. I didn't know people did that at, like, regular mainstream cons. And then I went over to them and say, like, hi, by the way, I think your cosplay is, like, really cool. You look amazing. And when they turned around, they were so fucking gorgeous. Oh my god. Like, like, I didn't show that on my face or anything, or like change my reaction or anything. Obviously, I want to be normal. I don't want to like hit on someone or creep on them in a con. I'm like, yeah, you look amazing. Your cosplay's really cool. Look, yeah, that's wow, yeah, bye. And then went on with my day, the same as I do to any other cosplayer that I see, and be like, yeah, by the way, you look amazing. I love your blank cosplay. Yeah, wow, yeah, you look amazing. You look incredible. Yeah, have a good day. But like, the way my like heart stopped for a second, dude, they were so fine. They were so fine. They were perfect for a 𝘂𝗿 cosplay. They were so gorgeous. That happens sometimes with cosplayers. Cosplayers are so cool. They're so cool, especially because I think it's really cool how people can like not just make themselves that gorgeous, because that almost implies they're not that pretty before, but it's like the way you can like make yourself surreal in so many different ways, you know? When someone can like cosplay and look pretty in like 50 different ways, like look pretty and like super masculine, and then look pretty and look super cute and feminine and girly and stuff, and like so many different characters and like gorgeous in like a billion different styles of it and look like a different person. I think that's so impressive. I really want to get that good at makeup for fun. Like that's why I like makeup, and part of what I was talking about earlier with how I like that I don't feel the need to wear makeup, but I like doing a shit ton of it for funsies for the sake of like Decora and Gyaru stuff. Because like I think makeup's fun in the same way that I think dressing up in Decora is fun, and the same way I think doing art is fun. It's like a form of self-expression and a form of just like, I don't know, playing dress up and being fantastical and making yourself look more magical rather than a regular person. But I also like myself when I'm in normal mode too, so you know, it's fun. And I think cosplay's cool for that. I'd love to be able to do makeup that can make like an entirely different person for funsies, or to do like really cool like costume makeup and really cool graphic eyeliner and stuff. That's my goal. That's my goal, is to be able to be like a full like to be like an MUA if I wanted to, but not. I saw dozens and dozens of Miku cosplayers. Yeah! There's always a billion Miku cosplayers at any anime con, and that's one of the best parts. You can just play Spot the Miku and find all the different flavors of Miku. I actually, while I was at Hyper Japan, I saw like 2 different people who had like ball-jointed Miku dolls, like those huge ones that are like really fancy looking. I saw a couple of those, and that was really cool. One person had one that was the Nigo Miku from Project Sekai, like the one for Night Court, that's all emo and stuff, and that was very pretty. And she had a tiny little crocheted Miku as like a bag with her, and I thought it was cute. And one of them was like the strawberry Miku, which I thought was absolutely gorgeous. She was so pretty. I could not imagine carrying that around a con. I would be so scared of like losing or breaking her. Oh my god. Oh, I saw a couple Tetos as well. There was this one Teto that I saw. Oh, my butt. I need to sit back on my chair. I've been, like, leaning further forward on my chair, but now it's hurting my legs. I'm a little bit dumb. I saw one Teto cosplayer who just had, like, these entire, like, their... How do I put it? The face part of their wig, like, their bangs, were all, like, regular wig. And then the drills were just, like, full-on drill. Like, rather than, like, hair that they'd curled like that, it was just, like, a big cardboard cone with lines on it in red. And I thought that was absolutely wonderful. I also saw a few Mikus who had like glowing hair and everything, like LED tubes and stuff in their twin tails, which is fucking sick. Oh, and one of the cosplayers I did mean to mention, aside from the Kuya that was like gorgeous and everything, there was a cosplay of the Doctor from Poppy Playtime. Me and Neri saw him when we were at the stop, when we were waiting for Meowdical Rosie, and we both like did a double take because it was insane. Like they did a full size cosplay of the Doctor, and when I say this, I mean like they had a TV head that had the eye working, like changing expressions and everything, like that eye he has like blinking and stuff on the screen. It was so fucking cool. But we only saw them for like a minute, and then after the performance, we could never find them again ever. Oh, we were so sad about it. I was so sad, but they were sick. I wish I could have gotten a photo. The Miku sound so aesthetically cooler than what I saw. Well, no, every Miku is cool. Those are specifically bull jointed dolls that I saw, but like every Miku is cool. And I also saw very normal Mikus too. That's the fun part of seeing Mikus at cons, you know? Because everybody does them so differently. Sitting pansexually, correct. That reminds me, I should drink some of my Fanta. Don't ask how that reminded me. I do not know. I genuinely could not tell you. Even remotely. But I should drink some of my Fanta because I've got some here and I haven't drunk it this whole time. I've been sipping my water a little bit, but I've been talking so much that I kind of forgot that I was thirsty. But now I need to just force myself to stop talking for like at least like 30 seconds in order to drink. Can you guys count down 30 seconds for me? And then I won't be able to, I won't stop hydrating myself until you stop. Okay, ready? Go. How fucking long is 30 seconds? Oh my god. Okay, 30 seconds up. Cool, good. Why is my face not moving? Guys, help. Oh, there we go. I thought I like hydrated too hard. I made my lips stick together from the water or something. I was actually being really silly about that as well. I drank so I have like a liter of Fanta Fruit Twist, the red Fanta here. My favorite flavor, except from pineapple, but they don't do that in big bottles. But I have a liter of Fanta Fruit Twist here. And then I also have like a regular bottle of water with me, my normal one that I have. My bottle of water. I have that. But I wanted the Fanta because it tastes nice and because I want fizz and silly and sugar. So I drank a bunch of that, and then I put that down, and then I picked up my water, and that's the part I was gargling. And then like drinking that enough to make my throat not die, because my throat needs to be like hydrated, especially because I've had a big weekend of like yelling and stuff, and I should be like, you know, treating it nice today, but I didn't make my tea this morning. And then I'm drinking that, and then went back to the Fanta for taste again, and then back to the water, and vice versa. Just alternating them. Okay, listen, there's this one story of the convention experience that I loved. I'll tell more about it, but let me just say, it made me feel fully part of a community, a tribe. Ready to hear it? Go for it. Hell yeah, I love that feeling as well. It's really nice. It's part of why I like going to conventions as well. Like, how do I put it? I say that phrase a lot. You could just like make an entire like a cut of one of my streams, especially for Izatsu, that's just me going, how do I put it? And it would be like 20 minutes long. But anyway, I forgot what I was gonna say for a sec. Oh yeah. Like, conventions don't necessarily, you're not necessarily always gonna like meet new friends that you keep forever there. A lot of the experiences there are very, very temporary because everybody's in a rush and you're in a big crowd. But it feels nice to feel like a part of a community because you can connect with people even in that temporary way, for me, if that makes any sense. You know, like meeting somebody and seeing somebody and pointing, going, oh my god, I love your Idolish 7 pin, and then like, oh my god, I love Idolish 7, you're an Idolish 7 fan too, and I'm like, yeah. Then you show them yours, then you show them back and forth, and you're like, oh my god, I love this character, yeah, and you like squeal about it for a little bit, and you go on with your days, and that feels nice, and you get to meet a million people like that and have this little brief connection where it's just like this moment of realizing that you and this other person are both passionate, so like freakily and silly about the same thing, or like you bond with someone in a way that you just like wouldn't normally, because you already have passed the point of like small talk and regular stuff, because you know you're on the same page about this thing, and you do silly stuff and let go of your cringe for a little bit. You embrace the part of you that is cringe rather than the part of you that cringes, and you enjoy like make cafes and idols and do all kinds of silly stuff together. And that feeling of community is really nice to me. Sometimes that's very, like, you know, sometimes those community feelings are very temporary, but in a very nice way. Did I leave the waffle thing pinned? Whoops, I did not mean to. Thanks for letting me know. We are definitely not discussing waffles. There we go. I am having so much fun with all the silly new features that we have. It's so silly. It's so silly. I wonder if there was anything else that I meant that it was one of my points to talk about today, by the way. Because I did note down like a few points specifically for myself to discuss during this stream. And I did get most of them. And I was also, you know, free to talk about whatever the fuck I wanted. Because that's the point of 𝘆адц𝘂 and what we've been doing so far. But I think I've gotten over most of my broad strokes, right? I talked about Hyper Japan. And I talked about last week. Oh, I haven't talked so much about the week coming. That was my other thing that I wanted to say. I think I did want to say more about Hyper Japan because it made me think, God, I wanna perform more so bad. I want to do so much more karaoke. I've said this while I was off before because there's a lot of stuff I need to do offline for myself in order to be able to do more stuff on stream soon. I really, really, really want to do more karaoke, and I want to release covers finally. So many of them are just like in the work in progress stage, and I can't get them to go faster, but I want them to go faster. And I wanna do. I did say this. But I want to start doing more karaoke where it's like 2 different kinds, right? So probably what'll happen less often is I'll do like karaoke concerts is probably what I'll label it as, which is the way that I've been doing karaoke in the past so far, right? Where it's like a big stream, where it's like a big special stream with the special model and everything, and I have like my colored backgrounds, and we do like a bunch of really big hype songs and stuff, and it's all like a pre-planned set list, and it's all fun and big. But I normally have to take a little bit of extra time off like before that to make sure that my voice is prepared for it, because it'll be like really hard work. But it'll be a big fun little concert. And also what I want to do is like karaoke casual times where it just feels like we're like hanging out in a karaoke bar and picking whatever songs we want, like I've done impromptu when we were doing MS Paint a while ago, or doing like I think it was a 𝘆адц𝘂 before, yeah, the 𝘆адц𝘂 that I did before on Sunday before I had the week off, that I did instead of an MS Paint stream, where it was like just chatting and then I turned it halfway through into doing little casual karaoke, some jazzy songs and stuff. I want to do some karaoke's where it's like that, and we pick songs at random, and maybe sometimes those ones will be unarchived because I'm picking songs random, so the copyright might be pretty bad. And we're just picking it random, and it doesn't matter how well I sing. And somewhere it feels more like a special concert. And I'll probably like switch them up. So that means we'll do karaoke more often, because I can do the casual ones way more often, because I don't have to prepare the off vocals in advance as much. I don't have to spend as much time prepping my voice. I can do them whenever, because if I'm doing songs that are just comfortable for me, then I don't have to worry about straining myself, etc., etc. And then the concert ones can be more special. But also, what I was saying when I talked about wanting to perform, I want to perform live so bad. I want to see perform that. Yeah, I wish I could. I want to perform at cons. I've actually been meaning to do this for a while. Neri and I have both been meaning to do this, actually. We really want to, because I love to dance. I've told you guys about this, even though you guys don't get to see it much because I can't really move around at the moment in this form. I not only do I love to sing and everything, and like do all kinds of idol stuff, I really love dancing, and I love dancing and singing and performing and everything, but I haven't been able to do that in a very long time. I've never performed solo or properly, like officially as an idol, but I used to do like different dance clubs and classes and stuff like that, and groups that I did when I was younger, and I being on stage is such a fun feeling that I haven't had since I was like 8. Because like being at concerts and doing WOTA and being at convention concerts and everything, like I've said, it's like my life force. There is literally nothing that really captures that feeling quite as much for me. Like I feel very alive and happy and love my life and everything, and I feel very excited and feel a full range of emotions. However, when I'm at a concert, or when I'm watching an idol, when I'm doing WOTA, or when I'm like you know, singing live with somebody and everything, that is like such a rush. It feels like magic to me, and I cannot get that anywhere else. That's why idols are like magical girls to me, and I think they're amazing. And I want to do that. I miss it. And I want it. I want it so bad. But Neri and I have been meaning to try and perform as a duo sometimes, ourselves. Like to do idol stuff together, which means I need to finally get a gym membership so that we have get a gym membership so that we have space to practice together. And I'll teach Neri to dance and everything, and he'll help me with more singing live and stuff like that. And we want to do things like that. But I want to be able to perform live with me. I want a VTuber model, like not a PNG, so bad. But I don't have the time or money to do that at the moment, because I want to be able to do it myself. Since I my, you know, I made my PNG myself, and that makes things a lot easier for me to be able to like customize it freely in the future. And also, since I do art, I feel like having the art that you see of me be mine, it represents me a lot better. But I don't have the time for that yet. But I don't have the money to get someone else to do it either. But I'd also love to be 3D really badly one day. Like, I kind of want to be 3D more than I want to be 2D. Even though I like both, and I love both a lot. I think 3D suits me a little bit more as a person, because I move around a lot, and I move all the time, and I'd love to be able to, like, dance and get up and move around all the time that I'm yapping with you guys. I'd love to be able to dance and do karaoke where I'm dancing too! It's so much fun! But yeah, I want to perform live. That's one of my big goals one day. If I was doing, like, a fancy VTuber debut, on my list of goals would be to perform live, like, physically for you guys, like, at a con or something, like, as both an IRL person or as, like, a VTuber concert where it's, like, holographic and stuff, and to do, like, VR chat type concerts, you know, like that are streams. That's my goal. But I had another thing I was going to talk before that, but let me read Lucia's little story. Me and my younger brother printed job applications and taped them into our shirt for a bit in the convention. Little did you know that 15 plus other people also carried job applications. I've seen a lot of people doing that recently. It's really funny that many people of you did them. I don't like job the convention. Like job applications of different sizes, banner of job applications, tablets of job applications, you name it. We marched and showed our applications as cosplayers, screamed in literal fucking fear. Just so you know, I'm not sugarcoating any of this shit. I'm dead ass. Han fucking solo even said, I don't want a job! And we even took photos and said, unemployed. That is absolutely wonderful. I love that. I can't believe that many of you did it. That's so funny. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people like going around with job applications or like cosplaying a job application as like a joke at a con and stuff. But that many of you guys all marching together must have been so fucking terrifying. I too would have run away crying and screaming. That's wonderful. I see why that made you feel like part of a community. That's so amazing. And that's kind of what I mean as well, about how like these sort of feelings at conventions are so fleeting in such a nice way. And that's where the feeling community comes from, you know? Like you get this special bond that even if it only lasts a day, it's just really special because you guys just connect even without anything prior, because you already, you know, you're on the same page about something silly or ridiculous, or something really fun or something really cringe, and you get to just let loose and not have to worry about anything else prior about getting to know a person. And I think that's wonderful. I love cons. But yeah, anyway, part of my plans in the future I was talking about, because what I also meant to talk about was plans for the week coming and everything coming up. So this week is a very, very, very busy week. If you haven't seen the schedule, I'm basically streaming like every day. Welcome back. My plan this week is pretty much just constantly stream. We have a very art-focused week. Tomorrow we'll be playing Sims 4. We'll be continuing with our Enchanted by Nature playthrough, because, you know, normally I do my gaming stuff on Monday, but today was our catch-up day because of the week off, so we had a little Zatsu time. So that will actually be moved to tomorrow instead. We'll be doing that tomorrow. And then for the rest of the week, I will be grinding. Because the issue with taking a week off is that means that I have a week of stuff to catch up on. So now I'm even further behind stuff I was already behind on. So I have a bunch of commissions to finish. We'll be doing a study stream on Wednesday. Like, we started off with a really fun, silly Zatsu to catch up today. And we'll do some fun, silly Sims time. Doing whatever the fuck shit we can do with fairy powers. I'm very excited for that tomorrow. But then we'll be slowing down again from Wednesday, locking back in for some study time. We'll be doing it in this room, you know, this daytime room and everything, for a nice refreshing little moment to study and slow down. And then we'll end the week on Thursday and Friday with more of the art Tutsi streams, because I have a lot of art to finish. That's part of why I'm studying one. I have so much stuff to finish. I'm really behind on a bunch of things. This is part of why I don't normally take time off from doing stuff. But like, because taking time off from streaming is one thing, but I also took time off from like everything else I was working on generally during this week off, because I really physically needed the rest. Normally I would take the time off streaming but just use it to do other things, but I didn't this time. And that means I'm so behind. I'm so behind. So we're grinding. But it'll be a fun grind, because we'll have Thursday and Friday where it's the type of streams where we do art, but also I have like an open EC with all of my friends, so we can talk to everyone. I hope you guys have missed them, because I've missed them. And like, I've missed them during the week off, and also for like the time when we didn't have them before. It's fun when I get to talk to my friends. You get to catch up with them as well. Yippee! So that'll be Thursday and Friday. Sunday we'll be drawing an MS Paint again. Don't know what yet. We might end up finishing FinzCon, but I think I'll finish that beforehand. I can actually show you guys that. I can show you the work in progress, because I worked on that off stream with Finn, since I didn't end up doing the MS Paint stream on Sunday last week, because I changed it to a Zatsu that I could do before the week off, because I was a little tired and sick. But I can show you a work in progress that I have so far. But if not that, then I don't know, we'll find something else to do. Maybe we'll even do fan art again and work on that Doppio thing. But so that is our plan for the week. And for the next couple weeks, maybe, it might be pretty busy like this. I don't know. I'm still testing around all the time. Like, you know, figuring out as I go how much I can stream or not stream and everything. I like figuring it out. Everything is always a work in progress. Where's the... Let me get a screenshot of this. I can show you guys the work in progress of the 𝘆cie art that you didn't get to see on stream before. That was a coordinated. It wasn't a coincidence either. It was destiny. Exactly! You were just destined to meet all these other job application cosplayers. It's great. And that's so much fun. I love it. I love it. I love cons for little moments like this. They feel so magical and so fun. My mouth is not moving again. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm just gonna ignore that. There it is. Here's the work in progress that you guys didn't get to see before. Here's me drawing 𝘆cie in MS Paint for Finn. with a my mellow, because it's Min. This is what you didn't get to see last Sunday. But I'll probably finish that in my own time during this week so that Finn can have it finished early because I've got a lot of other stuff to do. But if not, maybe we'll finish this on Sunday if I don't end up finishing in time. But otherwise, I'll probably end up doing fan art on Sunday again, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, for the rest of the week, we're very, very busy with art. We've got, yeah, Sims tomorrow, and then like a whole bunch of grinding with studying and art. We might, I mean, fuck, if I end up with the energy, we might even end up streaming on Saturday. We're basically genuinely streaming almost every day this week. You don't have any MS Paint? Yes, but I cannot accept new commissions at the moment yet because I've got to finish all the other things first. I think I might have some on my wait list, potentially. I do have at least one on my wait list, but it's also one that I'm kind of waiting for the person to pay for because it's like a client thing and not my issue, it's theirs, so I'm waiting on that. But yeah, so I can't accept any new commissions at the moment because I have a lot of stuff that I need to finish. Yes, I am currently technically out, aside from one that the client has not responded to me on. But I can't accept anything new, like I said, because I am very much overdue on stuff I need to finish first. I need to clear my current to-do list, and then I'll open them up again afterwards. But yeah. But I've got a lot of other stuff to do aside from the MS Paint one, so we'll probably get back into having a lot of MS Paint after that. But yeah, we got a busy week. The next couple of weeks are probably pretty busy. We'll see how much I stream. Like I said, yes, this is part of what I was trying to say before. I got distracted. I completely forgot my sentence. My sentence was, I like that I'm always kind of just like, you know, testing around and figuring out how much I can do as a streamer and as like just a, I don't know, as an artist and everything I do online, you know? As a person. Like, I don't like to push my limits in a bad way, but I do like to test them so I can understand myself, you know? Like, I liked doing the 12-hour stream because it was fun, but also because I was curious if I could do that. Curious how possible it is, curious how hard it is, and it ended up really easy for me, especially when I was doing something that I liked that much. And I, you know, have been curious before. Like, at first, I only did streams every other day precisely. Then I tried out changing the schedule more and doing it on less specific days. Then I figured out over time that I like doing gaming on Monday, and I hate doing work on Monday, so that'll never be a work day. Then I figured out over time I like doing my MS Paint on Saturday and Sunday and Friday, but also a lot of the time I don't like streaming on Sunday as much because I prefer to have like a day off at the end of the week, etc. And like before, I never streamed 2 days in a row. Now I have some weeks where I do this, and there's only one day off. I like figuring it out, you know? And it's fun to test around. So I hope you guys don't mind the inconsistent schedules, because I think it's pretty fun. I hope it's fun for you guys, just never knowing exactly what's going to happen next. But I like to keep it consistent, at least that you generally get at least 3 streams a week, and I think that's pretty nice. So I like that. I picked out 5 mangas that I think you'll love. I'll send you as soon as stream is over. Yay! Thank you. I'll try to check them out later. I very much appreciate it. I love all your recommendations, Pikachu. It is a shame that I don't often get to read them much, but hopefully this way I will, because I'll be able to get back to your list nice and easily, and hopefully maybe I'll try to whenever I'm having downtime between all the stuff I'm grinding at the moment. Woo! Think your chat is delayed? Oh, is it? Like by a lot? Eh? Really? Really? What? It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be any more delayed than usual. It seems to be normal. It is on the regular low latency, which normally means there's about 5 seconds between the things I say and when you guys catch up to them. If I'm reading things that are from a while back, then it normally just means, no, it's not. Okay, yeah. It normally just means that I am reading chat from a while back because I've been talking a lot. So I often talk and then go scroll back through the rest of what chat is saying. The question you sent is really fucking stupid. Oh, I didn't see what question you sent. What question did you send? No, I think this is a great question, actually. Yeah, this is a great question to answer. Why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food? Of hot out, eat the food. Well, that's because when you oven the cold food, you don't of hot out, eat the food. Of hot out, eat the food is for when you oven hot food. But of in cold food, of hot out, eat food, right? You keeping up with me? Yeah. But what I'm fucking saying is to of out cold food would not be oven. That'd be of off. That'd be of off of cold food. So you have to oven a cold food, of hot out, eat the food, like when Muslim pool. But that's just my take. I don't know. Maybe that's a hot take. Have you heard of the Gen Z stare? What's your opinion of it? I think I have heard of this, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not know what it is entirely. I've heard people talking about it, but I don't really get it. I don't know a full example of it, because I don't do that. I don't stare at people, because we talked about that. I have bad eye contact issues. Most people that I know that do stare is just because they have the opposite eye contact problem. So I do not know, so I don't have much opinion of it, but I think I've like vaguely heard of it. Since you're a Precure fan, can you take a look at this series? I picked out the franchise is really big, so I chose a few that seemed interesting to me, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. Ooh! Yeah, absolutely could. I could tell you, check out which ones you picked out. I mean, genuinely, every single Precure season is always going to be good. That is just like flat out, they're all good. And whichever one you watch, if you want to get into the franchise, even though it's big and scary, is literally just pick whichever ones you like the sound of most. That is honestly the best way to do it. Or if you're trying to watch all of them, pick the one you like the concept of most, and then just keep watching forwards or backwards from there. Like, personally, I have not watched every Precure. I want to one day, but I am very big into Precure, and I know a lot of things about all of them. But like, so I've watched, my favorite is Precure a la mode. Then I also am a big fan of Star Twinkle, and Wonderful. I also like, oh, what other name am I thinking of? I like Idol Precure, but I haven't actually caught up with that yet, because I ended up really behind and haven't had the time to yet. I've watched Futariwa, I've watched Futariwa, but haven't finished it. That's the first one. I've watched Go Princess, but haven't finished it. I watched Hugto. I don't think I finished it. I almost did, and then I got really busy. But I like Hugto a lot as well. So there's like a lot that I like, and there's a lot of Precure as well, and there's plenty obvious also that I like but haven't watched fully yet. Genuinely, just pick by which concepts and aesthetics and stuff you like the sound of, and then just go. Because every single one is entirely different, entirely self-contained. They have, like, crossovers every now and then. But those are just really meant to be, like, fun Easter egg episodes or stuff like that. Or, like, them passing the baton on to the next season. So you can entirely, honestly, just pick whatever you want and then just go for it. They're all good. There is not a bad Precure season ever. And if somebody says one's bad, honestly, it's mostly just down to their personal preference. Some of them, yeah, will have, like, maybe, like, a better, like, more intense writing. Or some of them will have certain weaker points. Like, maybe one of them, the animation is a bit weaker. Maybe in one of them the combat is a bit weaker, one of them the writing is a little bit weaker, because they're different teams. But I do not think a single one of them is actually bad. So I recommend you just always just go for it. Follow your heart. Follow your heart into whatever Precure catches your eye, and then watch it. Gen Z stare is a result of everyone having deteriorating social skills in lockdown, and by that I mean elders genuinely ignoring us because they hate it. Well, no, see, I have heard some of that. I just, like, I don't know. I can't picture it concrete in my head, you know? Like, I've seen people having discourse about it, and when people talk about Gen Z having different social skills, like, and stuff, I'm like, yeah, of course they do, because, like, the world is fucked, and we had lockdown, and everyone hates each other now, and there's the internet and stuff. Like, that makes sense to me. I just don't have a concrete vision of what a Gen Z stare is in my head, you know? Emma's Pink concert open, I would set another, because I love them. Yeah, but unfortunately I can't at the moment, but you can after. Just save up your money in advance. Don't ask for something we cannot provide in retail setting. Yeah. Old people are mean. But yeah, so, like, I kind of know what it is, because I've seen people discussing it. Like, I get it, but I don't have a concrete vision of it in my head, so I can't answer my opinion on it, you know? What's a good meme bit to possibly do at VXpo? Like the whole job location thing? That sounds like fun. That's hard to answer off the top of my head. Because, see, the thing is, you can't force a meme. Also, the issue is, VXpo is in, like October or November, right? It's July right now. I hate to tell you, any meme that's popular right now will be dry by then. So if you wanna make a meme bit for VXpo, and you also don't wanna, you know, do it to the point of making an entire cosplay because you're gonna be yourself, you want it to be a side thing, you're gonna have to pick within like a month of the con. Sorry, Serena. Funny has a time limit on it in this day and age. It's in September? Yeah, that's still too far, I think. I think you're still gonna have to wait until like August. which I know is soon, but I think any meme that's like the job location thing, by then there'll either be a bunch of other people doing it, so yours will be less unique, or it'll have run its course and people won't find it as funny. So it was Star Twinkle, Hugto, Doki Doki, yes, Flash Star, Go Princess, Fresh, and Heart Catch. Hell yeah, good chases. I will say, let me double check that I'm getting this name right. Yes, if you are watching Splash Star, it's probably best to watch Futariwa. Okay, so I believe, if I'm entirely correct, Splash Star is entirely separate. However, it confuses a lot of people because Futariwa Precure is the first Precure, right? And then Splash Star came after, along with another like second season to Futariwa in between. But it looks like exactly the same. And for some reason, even though this was their first try doing like a new thing, they made the characters like look really identical. So I'd probably recommend watching Futariwa first, because then you'll get full context, because Splash Star is very, very similar overall. So even though I haven't watched it fully myself, I'm imagining that it's probably intended to be watched after Futariwa. Does that make sense? Like, I'm sure it's self-contained in its universe, but I imagine it's written with the idea that the people watching have watched Futariwa, and then they're seeing these as like the, you know, the next generation of them. Whereas all the others are like entirely new, fully new universes and concepts every single time. Sally Meets popping in to say welcome home. Hiya! Hi Arya! Hello! Thank you for saying welcome home, Arigani. But all the other options, yes, I highly recommend. Very, very good choices. And I hope you have fun with them. Like I said, like every single Precure season is good. And your choice of what to watch is always a good choice. Because your choice would just be whichever one catches your eye. I really like Hugto. I think that one has a great story. The music in it is really good as well. I really like the outro themes for Hugto. It's one of there's some of my favorite. I think it's really fun. Hugto's theme is like it's kind of a Barbie you can do anything job theme. Like you can be whatever you want to be, and you can try any job that you want to in the world, or any way to live your life and things to do with your life when you grow up. So they all have like sort of different job themes to them as magical girls, and also try a bunch of different stuff. And it also has these themes of like motherhood that I think are really interesting to approach in a kid show like this. I think it's very fun and the characters are good. Doki Doki, I haven't watched yet, but I believe it's very good. Same for Yes Speaker 5. Very classic one as well. Star Twinkle, absolutely peak, one of my favorite. It's so pretty. That one also has great music. I love the outros of Star Twinkle. And it also is quite a unique one because they sing for their transformation sequence in Star Twinkle. Is really cute. I think the whole concept as well is just really pretty and fun. I love the whole way they approach the space thing. The toys are really cute and all the magic. I love the character designs. And also, like, it's very autism. It's very autism. What do you say? Futo something. Futariwa Precure. That is the first season of Precure. The magical girl series we're talking about. Precure is a magical girl franchise where every single year there is a new Precure season, and they're all entirely different. They have new characters, a new universe, new concept, new stories, new themes, new everything. But they're all Precure. They are all counted as Precure. And they just like do that every single year. It is a meta series, like an ongoing kids franchise that goes on forever and ever. And back in the like 90s, their first season was called Futariwa Precure, like just we are Precure. Yeah. But yeah, Star Twinkle is very good. It's very autism. Like the main two characters are so autism. It also, part of the reason that I caught my eye at first as well, aside from the fact that all of it is really pretty and amazing and like magical seeming, and I love the whole concept of it, is also that it has Cure Soleil, who is one of the like only dark skin cures ever. She is, I believe she's Hispanic, but when I first saw her when I was younger, I thought that she was black. But I love her. She's really pretty and she's really wonderful. Kamen Rider Real instead of everything every month. I guess. Yeah, sure. Kind of like Power Rangers. Yeah, I don't know enough about Kamen Rider to comment. But yeah, because Precure, they do an entire 50 episode season, 50 episode season every single year. And then like while one of them is wrapping up, the next one will start doing like the last like week of airing basically. And it's just that they go on constantly, and they do like a little baton pass from one to the other, and then they go into a new season with entirely new stuff. It's really cool. Everyone is a whole new concept. What was I gonna say? Each is a new character, completely different new themes and new characters. Yeah, so I guess that they do the same sort of thing. Where was the rest I was gonna read? Yes, Go Princess is very good. Serena likes that one. I think you can tell why. Go Princess is one I haven't finished, but it is very cool, and it also again has really good music in it and really, really, really beautiful transformations as well. It's really pretty, really, really pretty and classy. What was the other one I was reading? Yeah, and Fresh and Hardcracks. Yeah, they're both very classic choices. I like them. I haven't watched as many of the older Precures yet. Like, Futariwa was the first one I watched, but then I skipped over a lot of the other older seasons. I think a lot of them don't personally catch my eye if they have slightly more uniform designs. I like when they're more out there, but I do plan to watch them, and I know a lot about them because I know other people who like them, and they are on my list. So I think you've made very good choices. Go Princess is a slow start, but for me personally, it was worth it. Yeah, definitely. It is a little bit of a slow start compared to some of the other ones on your list, but especially if you're watching other older seasons, I think they'll all sort of have that feel, so it'll be good. Every single Precure season has a different feel to it, honestly. They all have different strengths. Like how for Futariwa, I think they have some of the best combat in the thing. Like, it's really part of what made Precure stand out is honestly the fights in Futariwa are like, they kick ass for a lot of it, and they're really intense. They don't use like magical weapons or anything, even in Futariwa for most of it. They just use their fucking hands and feet, and they go crazy, and then do like magical beams that come from their hands later. Whereas as Precure went on and they found their footing, the magical like items for transformation and for their like weapons became like a signature of the thing, because they're always physical toys that you can buy, and the toys of Precure is amazing as well, because the toys are always so high quality. I have a few of them, and it's such an amazing feeling to have a Precure toy. Like, they put them in 3D in the show, so it feels like product placement, but when you get them, it's like, oh, I get it. No, I get it, because you can do like the full transformation, and they have so many little games in them, so many details. They're crafted exactly like a real magical item, and it's so cool. But yeah, like Futariwa's strength, for example, is that the combat is awesome. However, for me personally, my favorite season, Precure a la Mode, a lot of people don't like it because it doesn't have much combat. Because they use wands in that one, and they mostly do combat via their magic and like making magical things, rather than using their like hands and feet and doing like hand-to-hand action combat. But I think they're both good, and they do really good at that. And for example, for Wonderful Precure, one of its strengths actually is, again, also that they have no combat on purpose, or at least have very little, because for Wonderful Precure, the idea is that they're saving animals, and it's about like, you know, saving the earth and animals and humans being friends and stuff like that, and how great learning about animals is. So when they do it, they aren't fighting monsters, they're fighting animals who have been like then sort of possessed by an evil spirit and are really upset and scared, and thus are freaking out and lashing out and hurting people. So the Kyos never hit them, they never fight them, they like chase them and use different ways to trap them and work around them, and are really ingenious about it, and it's still really tense and awesome to watch, but they never beat them up, and that's so cool. Every single Precure season has an entirely different strength to it, so honestly they're all awesome for different reasons. So yeah, I will always say you have good taste, because all of them are good taste. And someone showed me Cute Moonlight, so my stream could probably be heard across the whole city. She's literally the embodiment of Yuri in a magical wear form. I mean, her name is even Yuri, yeah! And honestly, even if I end up not liking the show itself, she's just absolutely stunning. Just look at her design, seriously. Yeah! I highly think also, if you like Yuri, you should watch a la Mode as well. Like, a la Mode is my favorite season in general, because I love it. But also, like, I'm being serious, Precure a la Mode has, like, canon lesbians in it. As in, like, Macaron and 𝘆cie_𝗿, the writers confirmed that they were based off of the lesbians in Sailor Moon. They were based off of Neptune and Uranus, and they even have like a duet called Macaronage of Love and Excitement that is just like this whole tango between them about how much they are in love with each other. Like, the only thing they don't do in the show is kiss or like call them girlfriends, because it's a kid's show. But you know, in that way where a show is written where it's like so very, very, very clearly canon that it's not even headcanoning at this point to interpret them as gay. You can't really interpret them any other way. They just won't say it very explicitly, but they are like just straight up a canon gay relationship, as I said, confirmed by the writers and stuff like that. And they have like several episodes where they go on dates and stuff. They have way more complex writing than all the rest of the cast, which is great. Yeah, it's great, Yuri. Genuinely, they are like my favorite Yuri relationship. I could talk about the fine details of their relationship in that show for ages, and this is a kid's show. Like, all of the other characters in a la Mode are great, but a lot of them are slightly more simply written, and you can get a grasp of them much easier at a first glance. Well, however, whenever there's an episode that's focused on Makoto and 𝘆cie_𝗿, / Yukari and Akira, it's like there are so much more subtle layers to the way that they're written and the things that they're saying, and how you interpret that into their personality. And I think that's wonderful, especially because all the other characters are great too, because it also has incredible autism representation. As a side note, I love Himari. She's like she made Neri cry over how much he loves her, and all the characters are great, and the designs are so peak. The music is great, the transformations are wonderful. It's just so much fun. And yeah, like this is my favorite Yuri ship ever. I love them, and they're wonderful, and I won't say too much because it'll spoil them, but they're great, and also they're really pretty. They're a really pretty butch femme couple, and they're great, and I love them. So you can also watch it because I'm basically in it. Yeah, Yukari is like literally Serena. No word, I added to my plan list now. Yay! Yay! Let's go, let's go! Yeah, Ala mode is my favorite. It's peak, and I highly recommend everyone watch it. And I love it for Yukari and Akira. Like when I say they're gay. Like I said, they go on dates. They have episodes that are focused around them. Like there's an episode where Macaron has like some prince from another kingdom who has come and specifically asked her to be his girlfriend and to be his bride, and then run away and marry him and become her princess. And then she gets Akira to fight him to like do like a duel over who gets her hand, because Akira's like, oh no, you can't go, and she's like, oh really? She's getting all like coy about it, like, oh my god, Akira's gonna like fight this guy for me. And then Akira goes like, oh, you can't go because you're a magical girl and you work at a cafe and you have these things to care for. And then Macaron's like, oh, well, okay. Well, if you want me to stay, then I guess you've got to fight this guy to see who's the better date for me. And if you lose, then I guess I'll just go. It's like this whole thing that she does. And like they literally like duel over her fucking hand in marriage. Like just straight up. And they like waltz together to see who's the better fit for her and everything. And by the end of it, the other guy, yeah, they're so pretty, right? And by the end of it, the other guy, the prince, at the end, you know, a little bit of spoilers, but you would assume that they win because of the way that I said this episode. But like at the end, when Akira obviously wins, because that's how this kind of thing is gonna go. They're not gonna basically do main character death via marriage. He still thinks Akira is a boy and has like not questioned this. So he, again, the prince fully thought that Akira was trying to date Yukari, and nobody corrected them on this or thought anything different of them, because they also agree and was like, yeah, well, you'll be a wonderful boyfriend for Yukari. Treat her well. And Yukari's like, yeah, my boyfriend will treat me well. And the guy just leaves, and Akira's like, wait, why did nobody correct him? Why did nobody tell him I'm a girl? And like, even in some of the first episodes they're together, there's like old people who see them as a couple. They really use the fact that Akira is butch, like, to their advantage, to have other people in the show say that they're a couple because they think that Akira's a boy, and then like not correct them, and it's great. It's so wonderful. Like, they even, not to spoil one of my favorite moments. Oh, should I say it? Well, I will say, without elaborating on it, that there is a moment that, like, for example, there is a moment where Akira says to Yukari that she loves her. And of course, when you're saying this in Japanese, saying like aishiteru or something like that can have a lot of different meanings depending on context. But within the context is in it, it's very clearly romantic and dramatic about it, especially because they're really specifying these two and not any of the other characters. And that the love between these two is different to the love between these two with the rest of the cast, because they love the rest of their friends as well, but they love each other in a very different way. They make that very clear. But also, for this specific moment, she specifies that not just aishiteru, but also daisuki. She says both. Like, she goes, I like you, like, because I like you and care about you. No, because I love you. They're gay as hell. Don't worry, no bother. No, but like, I don't want to spoil it because I love the progression of their relationship so much. So yeah, go watch it, and feel free to give any like live reactions as you watch it. Either like, you know, you can tell me about it in chat or in Discord or my community posts or stuff like that, because I love hearing people talk about this. And I love whenever they get to the episodes that are focused on Yukari or Akira, or episodes focused on both of them, because then whenever someone watched it, they're like, oh yeah, that was nice. I'm like, yeah, here is my 2-hour analysis on a single frame that you saw in that episode. Because I've rewatched this show so many times, and especially the episodes about those two. I have so many tiny little nuances that I think about them that I am insane about. I love this couple. But yeah, anyway, so that's the end of my sales pitch for watching Precure Ala mode. I love it. It's peak Precure to me. Also, the designs are just great. They're such incredible character designs. They're so fun. They're so fun. It also, by the way, aside from that, has a great story in general. Especially picks up later in the season with the plot overall. It's really, really cool. Really cool. Yeah. My sales pitch is Yukari. 10 out of 10! Pachi 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 arigato! Thank you. Everyone should watch it just for that. I love Ala mode so much. It's so good. It's so good. I love Precure Ala mode. That's actually also one of the second themes, not second theme song, the second ending theme to Precure Ala mode is one of the songs that I've done at karaoke a lot. Shooby Dooby Sweet Time. The one that says boom boom I love pretty girls. That one is the second ending theme, which is gay as hell, by the way. I love this show so much. It's one of my favorite anime themes ever. It's so good. Was there anything else that I missed that I was talking about before? I mean, Tyler's new album just dropped, and so far, like, so I'm sure we're not. I have not listened to Tyler's new album yet. I will sometime. I've heard a lot of people talking about it, and Tyler is very cool. Okay, most of the rest we were talking about was Precure. Yippee! Please go say that Alamo does fan fictions. I think it probably does. I haven't found them yet. I will check. I think I've looked through them briefly ages ago, and I've been meaning to lately because every time I watch it I end up brain rotting about 𝘆cie and Akira and I need more content, but I haven't looked that deeply into it, but they probably are because Precure has a very big fandom, mind you. There are a lot of Precure fans that aren't really into Alamo because they don't like that they don't fight much or something, and then there's other parts of it that they like overlook. So a lot of people don't like it for reasons that I think are quite dumb. But I love it, and it does still have a very big fan base, and it is a wonderful series. So I'm sure there are some out there somewhere. And if not, I'll write them. I will eventually. Genuinely, I've been meaning to write fanfics about 𝘆cie and Akira for so long. I love them. I've read like manga about them as well, like doujins. Doujins makes it sound freaky, but like, you know, doujins in like indie printed manga. I love them so much. I love them so much. I love it straight up says I love pretty girls. Yeah, exactly. Sing along, para ping presento, full ding ding boom boom. I love pretty girls. Very, very, very good. Wonderful now. Gimme that. One thing I love about Precure as a little detail is how every season has a different like musical style for its ending themes. Like, of course, they have different songs for their openings too, and like styles to that. They have like a consistent theme all the way through for their aesthetics. However, the openings can be a lot more similar for Precure because they're, you know, all magical girl openings, and they stay the same for the entire season. But the ending themes are always a little bit more unique, especially because Precure they always like dance in 3D during the ending and stuff like that. So those are a little more fun, and they change throughout the season. They normally have 2 endings per show for like a halfway point in the season, normally when their mid-season character gets introduced and stuff like that. And like each season has a different sort of musical style that they pick for it as their main theme, and I love seeing the different one each season, seeing like, oh, what did they pick this time? Like how for Alamo they have that whole like fun little like swing style to it all with all their stuff that makes it really fun and silly for their like little cafe theme. And then for Star Twinkle, it's all really like retro disco city pop influence in it all. It's so good. The glitter force is not called glitter force. It's not called glitter force. That's pretty cure! How dare you! / lighthearted. How dare you! That is called Smile Precure! But yeah. Yeah, the endings are really good. I know you know. That's why I'm being silly. Otherwise you wouldn't have had the audacity to mention it in the middle of our Precure conversation. But yeah, Glitter Force. If you know Glitter Force Crimson, that is Precure. That is the English dub of Smile Precure. It's like how Tokyo Mew Mew got dubbed into being Mew Mew Power and set in America by 4Kids. Glitter Force is specifically Smile Precure. It's Smile Precure, but it just rebranded as Glitter Force. I know, don't worry. I know. I know, Addie. I'm just being mad for the sake of being mad. Because the amount of times that I have to deal with people calling it Glitter Force drives me insane. Like, I go through this twice. As a Tokyo Mew Mew fan and as a Precure fan, people who call it Glitter Force and people who call it Mew Mew Power. Because if they say it because they don't know and they're asking about it and they get explained to it and then it's Precure, that's fine. However, there's like the amount of people who think that like Glitter Force was like the original, and they're like, oh yeah, I used to like a magical shirt. Yeah, I like it, Tokyo Mew Mew, and also Precure, and also Glitter Force, and I'm like, or they think that Glitter Force is like a lost thing, and like that was the original, and there's no more magical girl shows like that. And I'm like, that's not even the right one. That's not even. There's so many more of them. There's a whole meta series. There's a whole franchise. And they have a seizure. How does America steal everything? Per Super Sentai Power Rangers. Yeah, exactly. They did the same thing that they did to Super Sentai. They did that. That's what Glitter Force is. It's where they did that thing where they tried to dub a kids anime, but they decide that kids won't be able to accept the original thing, so they really super Americanize it and suck all of the original content out of it. And then sometimes it works as a way of localizing it. Sometimes it means they just kind of shit on the whole original thing and then can't adapt anything else because they've forced themselves into a corner too hard. Yeah, I love Precure. Okay. I will probably wrap up kind of soon because it's only meant to be a short stream anyway. Like I said, Zatsus and karaokes are like the rare times where I actually do like short streams that are like 1 to 4 hours long. And like I said, I have other stuff to do today. I got housework to do. I got a lot of offline stuff to do. and I got other art to finish. And I'm also realizing now, like, when I finally stopped my sentence for a sec, I'm realizing now that I am hungry. So that's probably a good sign to wrap up and go have lunch. I thought Glitter Force was okay. Well, yeah, in the same way that Power Rangers was okay, too. Like, they're all fine. And, like, when I was younger, I loved Mew Mew Power existing. If it wasn't Mew Mew Power, I wouldn't have been introduced to anime, even though I am very, very much prefer Tokyo Mew Mew. And I think a lot of the ways that they changed from Tokyo Mew Mew to Mew Mew Power was a horrible bastardization of the original, and I think it's really disrespectful. However, I am glad that Mew Mew Power existed in a way, because it introduced me to it, and it was fun. But, like, it's same as with that, you know, like, once you learn about the original, your perception of the dub localized version changes a lot for things like this. It's not even like I have a problem with dubs or localizations either. It's when they take the whole thing and, like, change it and just kind of lie to you that the original didn't exist. That's what bothers me. I love Tokyo Mew Mew. I read some of the manga, especially Tokyo Mew Mew Alamo back in the day. Yeah! I love Tokyo Mew Mew. Tokyo Mew Mew is one of my favorite shows ever, and one of my favorite magical things as well. Which is why it's kind of funny that my also favorite is Precure Alamode, because, like, they're both kind of the same. They both transform into animal-based magical girls and both work in a cafe on their days off and stuff. There are a lot of fans that like them because of this reason as well. Like, there's an animation on YouTube where somebody reanimated the Koiwa Alamode, the Tokyo Mew Mew ending, the one that I'm covering soon, actually, with the Precure Alamode characters. It's really fun. Nickelodeon Maya from Shoujo Kagebura. Oh yes, I've been meaning to watch Refuse Starlight for a long time. I know I will. I know I will love the Refuse Starlight Yuri. It's kind of like necessary watching for someone like me with all the other stuff that I watch, you know? Like all the fandom, like the overlap of fandoms there, it's like fucked up that I haven't gotten into Refuse Starlight yet. But I will at some point. I definitely will. It's high on my watch list. But yeah, okay. I forgot what I was saying. Yes, I'll probably wrap up soon, because I think this is probably a good point to wrap up. Oh, I could wait another 20 minutes for an hour though. But then, but I'm hungry. Yeah, I'll probably wrap up soon because it's a good point to wrap up. I think we had a good chat today. I got through the main broad strokes I wanted to talk about. But yeah, so, yeah, I had a fun week off. I'm, like, summarizing now to make sure that I've gone over everything. I had a very fun week off. I rested and like, relaxed and everything. And rested all my achy bones. I had a fun time at Hyper Japan. Did a lot of cool hype stuff. You'll probably see some posts from me on that on my Instagram soon. Like, on my story and stuff. Or maybe some on my Twitter. Don't know. And this week we're gonna be very, very, very busy. You'll see the rest of the scheduled streams go up for the rest of the day. I did a couple of them this morning. Like, I scheduled the Sims for tomorrow and the study stream, the art Totsus, and the MS Paint for Sunday. I will schedule later. I'll be spending a lot of this week catching up on comms, so I'll be very, very, very busy. But hopefully after that, I'll open some new stuff again, and also we'll be able to do some more fun things. Like I said, I've been planning to do like more casual karaoke, so we'll be able to karaoke more often because it'll be less planned, and also more like a more chill and just doing whatever random songs come to mind, rather than the pre-planned ones, which I will define as karaoke concerts from now on, rather than like casual karaoke. And I want to do hand cams sometime soon, where we make like decor accessories, especially because I've been talking more about my decor fashion when I showed you guys my stuff today, and I wanna do more like fashion-based content and everything, since I like designing outfits and everything too. I think it'd be fun. I want to show you guys how I make you know, candy bracelets and stuff like that. Make more kinds of silly accessories with all the things that I've got. Maybe in the future, maybe one day I'll even do face cam stuff and do like makeup and everything. Who knows? Maybe one day. And we've got lots of fun plans. And like I've been saying for a million years, sometime in the future, there's some special events that I want to do, revealing some of the other Emmy things. But those will take a while because I gotta work on it. So yeah, thank you guys for catching up with me. I've missed you guys so much. I've missed my Rakigachi so fucking bad. Sometimes it's nice to have a break, like, not even just because it's nice to rest, but because, I don't know how to put it, it's nice to miss you guys. And it's nice to miss streaming. Does that make sense? Like, that might sound a little bit fucked up. But it's like, it's nice to miss something like this, because if you don't, it makes it feel too much like work. Does that mean, you know, I never want to burn myself out. And that's not just because burnout is bad, but also because I like enjoying what I do. I don't want to ever make it feel like it's something that I have to do. I miss your voice. Ah! I missed you guys' messages in chat. Like, when people say, do what you love and you'll never work in a day in your life, that is a lie. Like, straight up, that is not true. That is not true. Sometimes, for a lot of people, if you turn what you love into a job, then that makes it worse, because then it sucks the love out of it. You have to be careful about that. It is a rule of thumb that is... It's a very broad statement, and it is not always the case. However, at the moment, I am in a situation where I'm doing what I love, and then it doesn't feel the same as regular working, because I'm not doing it just for the sake of work. I'm doing it for out of passion for it. But I am also working at the same time, like when I'm doing comms and everything, and working hard to make sure I stream enough and stuff like that. But I enjoy it, so I want to make sure that I always enjoy it, you know? So sometimes it's good to take a step back, not just for the sake of like, you know, at the time I was like really achy and tired and everything, and I was like, okay, I need to take a break because I need to make sure this is still fun. I need to rest because I'm like hurting and everything, and I need some time off, and also I've got a bunch of events coming up, so I won't be able to stream that week anyway. But it's nice to miss doing this because then it reminds me that it's super duper fun and I enjoy it. I don't want to be forcing myself ever. I never want to feel like I'm forcing myself, which I don't, so that's good. I like missing you guys. I like missing streaming because it makes me more excited to come back, and it makes me have a super duper fun time the next time that I see you guys, you know? So does that make sense? It feels nice to make sure that I miss you guys sometimes. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good to miss you a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I was checking just now if I could raid anyone, but it doesn't seem like there's anybody raidable that's live at the moment. I really want to be able to redirect to people more, but none of my friends ever stream at the same time that I'm streaming, or like anytime that I do have the chance, I forget, or like I go to see who's streaming, and the only people that I'm sub to that are streaming are like super famous corpo VTubers that I cannot redirect into. Glad I could stop by today. I'm glad you could too. It was really nice to see you. It's like I've visited a theme park every day. I would enjoy it more if I had a chance to miss it. Yeah, exactly. It's much nicer to have the time in between where you can miss stuff and anticipate it, and then slow down and then come back to it. Next you're gonna tell me Powerpuff Girls is not original. No, it's okay. That one is the original. Don't worry about it. But yeah. So it's nice sometimes to have a break and make sure that I miss you guys. It's a nice feeling to miss things and come back to them and be excited. Because now I'm excited for the week ahead. And now I have the energy to do a whole week where we stream like every single day in the week almost. So I hope you guys are looking forward to it. No! You joined while the stream's wrapping up! Ah, there's always someone! Hi, Sans. Hi, Sans. I'm very sorry. We're about to end stream. It was coordinate sometimes have my stream start when you're in like a corporate gen debuts. I mean, yeah, start streaming then. Do it. I said this to Seraphim before as well with their own chat. Like, if any of my friends ever plan to start streams after mine ends, or like at my usual ending time, then they should go for it because I will raid into them. Even if there's like an hour of gap between them, I can still redirect there, and some people will still know that it's happening, and then put the notification on. But you guys have to actually stream for that. SMH. Shaking my cage head. Hope you had a great stream. I did. It was fun catching up with everyone. Feel free to watch the VOD later. Or if you want, there'll be a much longer streams for the whole rest of the week. They'll probably be able to catch up. Because today was a very short one because I was just like chatting with everyone after a week off. But we've got a very busy week. Tomorrow I'm streaming Sims, which will probably take a long time of the day. And then after that, we'll be doing a study stream on Wednesday. And then we'll have 2 streams on Thursday and Friday where it's drawing art and also chatting and VC with a bunch of my friends. So all those streams normally take a long time. Who remembers which? I remember that. I read that book quite a bit when I was younger. I read one of them. I thought they were pretty fun. I've seen people talking about them lately as well. But yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up for now because today was supposed to be a little short catch up, but I had a really fun time. I'm glad that I missed you guys. I had a very nice week off and I'm very happy to be back. I'm super duper happy to be back and I'm excited to grind now. I've got a lot of grind to this week. It might be a little bit stressful, but it'll be worth it because I'm excited. Because you guys make it all fun. I love Archigachis. The universe is fun now. I really need to finish recording Astro Girl. Because it is very fitting to how I feel about you guys. So yeah, I'm going to stop myself rambling before I do it again and somebody else joins and I have to say that we're ending soon. So, for now, as always, if your day is about to end, then ayase me. And if it's just getting started, have a very lucky day. Bye-bye! I can say it longer than you guys watch. Bye-bye!